Working on building a dream space, but don't know where to start? At the Home Depot, we can help you bring your dream project to life. Whether you're building a backyard oasis, a podcast studio, or a wellness space, we've got everything you need in store and online. With project guides and free delivery options, it's easy to go from dreaming to doing. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
This is the place where sports opinions collide. Dead in Sports. I'm your host, Kenneth B. Inch. Joining me on the show is Spike, Shelton, and Nick. What up, y'all?
What's happening, though?
FIFO will be joining us later at some point. But yeah, he will be arriving. Hopefully, because it's been some basketball stuff.
This is supposed to be his field of expertise.
I know, right?
They may have to call me Basketball Nick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we have a lot to get into, man. We have the of course the you see the title, the trade that happened finally. Giannis is out of there, and then of course the draft is ongoing, and we'll get into that as well. And we'll close out with some NFL talk because it's right around the corner, a couple of months away, and yeah, that'll be the show. But real quick before we do performance of the week with Spike. I think he's up this week. Man, yo,
Golden State.
Hey, I've been watching this World Cup shit, bro. Hey, they got me.
Hey,
they got me, bro.
Hey, it's. I don't know if it's because it's on this side of the world.
Wait. Maybe I don't want to hear my best of the week then.
Okay. We can get to that. Fine.
Yeah,
fine. We'll do that. All right, fine. I'm sorry. All right. So as we always do, let's kick off with our performance of the week.
As Nick again, we're saying the performance of the week is the World Cup, man. This shit has been fun to watch. I ain't no soccer purist. I really can't even watch the Premier League or any other leagues. Maybe I can have them playing in the background, but I've been watching these games like for real, paying attention. I looked at the one that Messi scored 3 goals. I seen your boy from France, Mbappe or whatever his name is. He was balling, and it's been fun to watch. I ain't no soccer person. It's been fun to see the videos online from the people traveling from other countries coming to America. It just seems like everybody's having fun. This shit is dope. I'm here for it. I know they said they added the extra teams and that watered it down. I don't think so. I've been having fun watching all of this shit. It seems better when like the countries are playing against each other. Like when I'm watching regular soccer, it's like, okay, I don't like neither one of these teams. It don't matter. But if I'm seeing Cape Verde versus Uzbekistan, like I got a rooting interest in one of them and go pick a team. It's fun. It's fun. It's been fun to watch, man.
You say you sound Sean. I don't know if that's a gambler talk. You said
it sounded like it, Nick. He got a rooting interest.
Exactly. So what's his name? I like the sound of his name. I'm gonna bet on that. Put a parlay on how many. But no, I agree. Like this, like because a lot of people ask me, "Are you watching the World Cup? You watching?" I'm like, I'll check it out. You know, I've mostly been seeing how good Team USA is doing. But Lou is right. It does like. Also seeing like the international fans come over to the America, experience American culture, especially in the areas that, you seeing somebody from Germany or Cape Verde coming to Atlanta, for a game. It's like, that's a different world. That's a different world. So
Cape Verde?
Yeah, that's my team, Ken.
Yeah, I watched that game too, bro. That was
everybody watched that game.
Thanks. They were getting their ass pushed around, but anyway,
I like seeing this. I like it seemed again. This is the biggest sport in the world, clearly. Like so, I think that it's. I don't know how much this will make up for like America being more into it because I feel like if Americans took football seriously, the real football, not American football, there could be a changing of the guard of dominance. But I like what I see.
Man, it's only because there's too many names that they can't pronounce So that's why they don't want to mess with it.
I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that, kid. Because if it's a lot of money and attention involved, listen, we know Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like we figured out how to pronounce his name. Nikolai Jokic. All
they call him Joker and they call him Giannis. They short that is quick. Yeah. And Wemby, they don't even fuck with. They just Wemby.
But they trying at least, kid, because they box office. I'm just saying, like, if we were able to bring that kind of energy to the States, I think it'd be very interesting to see how people follow it. But like, it's like I'm surprised the American team has done this well, because I think this is the first time they've gotten this far since 2010, and then before that it was like 1930. It was it's only 2 days. It was like a huge gap.
They making it to a match where they were doing the bracket play. Now they in group play, and they got.
I wish I could agree with y'all, man. Like I watched England and Ghana today, and I saw 96 minutes of no goals or nothing. That was very tough. It was entertaining, but not enough to where I can watch it like that. So I gotta try again, because I remember watching the World Cup before and liking it. I just can't recall what drew me in.
It's still early too, Sheldon. I think once you get to the single elimination rounds, like when they're in bracket play, that's when they start really cooking. I remember watching the whole damn near like the last 8 games last time it was going on.
Yeah, I don't. When you said England, I was like, I don't know if that was a game to watch, but
I know it's lining up.
I didn't cue. That's what was on, and I just got locked into it. And it was nothing. It was nothing.
My bad. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was going to say I didn't see who won. I still didn't see who won.
Hmm. It's lining up for England and the United States to play on 4th of July.
Oh wow!
There's a lot that gotta happen between now and then, though. But I feel like
the white ass damn game.
I feel like to Shelton's point, like I think as Americans, like our sports is like we look at the score. The scoreboard will tell you everything, right? With these soccer games, it's like you saying shit. Right. If it's 0-0, niggas are like, hold on, what is it a tie? I ain't come to watch no goddamn tie.
Yeah.
My main thing is like I'm always impressed about the athletic shape that these soccer players in, because it's straight purebred cardio for 2+ hours, like up and down. It's like we don't even as you get older, you don't even want to play full court basketball, let alone full field soccer in a hot ass stadium. Like it's crazy, but I salute them.
Yeah, it happened by accident. Because I was about to. It was like 30 minutes left in the game, and I ain't had shit to do, so I was like, "Fuck it, I'm about to go to bed." I just put this shit on, and bro, I was in here. Then next thing I know, because my youngest son plays soccer, and then he came in here. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch it with you." And then next thing you know, my oldest in here, and we're in here yelling at the TV screen. Because as soon as they break past half field and they're going towards the goal, all of the crowd go crazy. And we we're like, oh shit, he going, he out. And you can see them making a move. And I've been watching this on a very like elementary, rudimentary, basic level. And I don't understand the game. All I know is they just run around, kick the ball, and try to score. But man, watching that shit, I thought it was a fluke. I was like, well, maybe that game was just good. Then I was out on vacation. I was out in Orlando, and we were sitting around watching it, and damn near the whole house was in there watching this shit. And we just all got caught up. And I actually like it in Spanish. So my father-in-law was watching it, and both of my boys were watching it. They're uncles and nephews, and we all just sitting around watching soccer. Don't know, and we just wait for somebody to get close to kicking the goal. And that's when the adrenaline hit. Shelton, I'm telling you, bro. I know you that game you watched wasn't that good, but even if they ended a tie, and I think what makes it good from my very limited experience watching professionals play is that the stakes are so high in the game where if you don't score, it's a problem. And everybody's trying to score, and then you go up 1-0. You don't know when you're going to score.
Yeah.
And then you're trying to tie the game. And the Capo Verde game I was watching, Uruguay, whatever, they were knocking them dudes over all the time. They were bullying them boys. And then they came back, they got on a penalty kick, and then the other two scored. This shit was exciting. But once they went up 2-1, I'm like, oh, yeah, this shit might be a wrap. But then they tied it, and then, then they ended in a tie, and that was it. Man, yeah, it's been intense, man. I'm hooked. Y'all got
facts. You brought up a great point, Ken. Everything is so pivotal. Like from the moment they kick the ball off, everything is like intense. And especially when they get in the little zone where they're looking like they're about to score, they'll miss a couple kicks. Have to throw it in from the side. That should be fire. Yeah, Sheldon, you got to watch the game. You got to watch a good game because that shit is fire.
Or just wait till the bracket. That's when that.
But I probably need to watch it now though, Nick, because I got to get into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta get your Vegas eyes. That's what he's trying to get early on again.
Like when you watch the good players too, they pop off the screen. That's another thing that's fun about it. Like when I was watching Messi and he scored them 3 goals, you could tell he was better than everybody out there. Like,
and he old as shit.
And he old, bro. That's how cold he is.
Yeah.
He was making some unbelievable shit happen. And I watched Mbappe from France. He did some crazy shit too. But
Yep. So anyway, yeah.
Working on building a dream space, but don't know where to start? At the Home Depot, we can help you bring your dream project to life. Whether you're building a backyard oasis, a podcast studio, or a wellness space, we've got everything you need in store and online. With project guides and free delivery options, it's easy to go from dreaming to doing. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
What's good, y'all? This is Doug E. Fresh, and we're asking for your support. Help us raise money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food so they can focus on helping their child live. By pledging just $19 a month, you're helping St. Jude give every child with cancer a chance. Help St. Jude save lives. Become a partner in hope today.
Join us at musicgives.org.
I had no idea that was that's what a good performance of the week, Spike. Yeah, that was right in line, man. Yep. I'm glad I can relate now.
Working on building a dream space, but don't know where to start? At the Home Depot, we can help you bring your dream project to life. Whether you're building a backyard oasis, a podcast studio, or a wellness space, we've got everything you need in store and online. With project guides and free delivery options, it's easy to go from dreaming to doing. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Hi, everyone. I'm Cece Winans. Join me in supporting St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. You can become a partner in Hope right now for just $19 a month. And thanks to the generosity of people like you, families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, so they can focus on helping their child live.
Join us at musicgives.org.
But moving on, man, let's get into the NBA offseason. Let's get into that. What do we got here? See, here we go. That's funny. I like that. The NBA offseason does not really begin until there is a blockbuster trade. And late last night, the basketball world learned that the Milwaukee Bucks are sending Giannis Antetokounmpo and Bobby Portis to the Miami Heat in exchange for Tyler Hero, Khalil Ware, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Kaspadas. Oh, wow. Okay. Kaspadas, you could see honest. Yaka Chionis, and 3 first-round picks, including the number 13 pick in today's draft. Who would you say won this trade?
Nobody.
My ass, Shelton.
It did. I was tough with it.
Yeah,
You should have said for picks and a lot of people.
Real quick. I was like, what the hell is this?
You should have said players to be named later because I ain't gonna say that shit. It's players to be named later.
but
Yeah, but I think both of these teams lost this deal, man. Because I mean, Milwaukee, they got some picks, but I ain't seen them pick nobody of relevance since Giannis. So that's that thing. And Miami gutted their whole team to get Giannis, and I don't think that Giannis and Bam is the duo that's gonna win, championship. Like they ain't beating none of the best teams in the East. This maybe puts them at 5. Like they're 5 better teams better than them with Giannis and Bam and whatever they're able to put around them. Because I know they're gonna have to pay both of those guys, and they ain't trying to hit the apron in Miami. So yeah, this was a lose-lose for both of these teams. I feel like Giannis could have went somewhere better and been more impactful, been closer to a championship. He walking into the same situation in Miami that he was in Milwaukee. It's just warmer weather and better bitches. So
I would say for me, I think that this was I think the Bucks won this trade just because of the haul that they got back. They got a lot of young talent, and they also got the future draft picks as well. But at the same time, they always say, I think this is something that FIFO says, that whoever got the best player won the trade. But in this case, like to mention, Lou, like Miami cannot compete next year or this upcoming season. It has to be the year after that, because based off the salaries, they're gonna put like Sheldon. They're gonna call you up to play for
anybody on that team.
They only got I think they only got maybe 18, 20 million of like salary cap to kind of get a lot of vet minimums on, and they don't even know if they're gonna re-sign Norman Powell, who I think was an all-star this year.
They're not gonna be able to.
Their starting point guard is Davion Mitchell, who's really a backup. It's just I mean, I don't know what to say about Miami, because like obviously they got Giannis, and I know that pleases the fans in South Beach, but
can Giannis and Bam play together?
I mean, they can, but they don't be a play-in team. Like I think they just guarantee them a play-in spot, and that's about it. Because like you mentioned, Lou, like Indiana's gonna come back, Detroit's gonna be there. I'll put Cleveland over them. Obviously the Knicks, Boston. Well, maybe not Boston, but
I think Washington better than them right now. With the first pick they just got, Trey. The first pick they just got, Trey and AD.
I ain't gonna say all that. I was gonna say I would give it to Atlanta and Charlotte before I say Washington. But like even then, that's what I'm saying. It's like I feel like if you want to say guaranteed, they may be 5th, but overall, based on team, chemistry and just depth, they may be 8th. And yeah, we'll see what happens a year after that as far as when they get cap space. But I think the Bucks easily won the trade for today. We'll see how they use those draft picks. I think they just picked their pick is about to go in right now for the 13th overall pick. But
it's Miami.
I'm gonna give it to the Bucks.
For me, it was definitely the Bucks, 100%. I really the last 2 number 1 picks, Kale Ware, who I love, and Jaquez, both were traded in this deal along with Tyler Hero. You got players for Giannis who is no longer happy, no longer winning in Milwaukee. So you got value and you got future draft capital, which you'll need anyway. I wouldn't be surprised to see them flip one of those guys like a Tyler Hero. I would flip him for sure.
I think that's the plan. That's the plan.
And just get deeper, because you got, like I said, you got 2 young guys that are good enough to I ain't gonna say build around necessarily, but they're good enough to be major contributors on a playoff squad if you can put the right pieces around them. But Milwaukee got a lot younger. You got rid of Bobby Portis as well. You got draft capital, and it just seemed like a good move all the way around. You beat out Boston in this deal if you're Miami, but that's because you had more to offer, I believe, and I think that'll serve them well. But I love the players that they got. If nothing else, they're ready to compete. I'm just with Giannis going to Miami. Like we said, the team is going to be gutted. You're going to have to build around him. You're going to lose, no matter what. You're going to lose
Norman Powell.
Norman Powell. Yes, he's not going to take a pay cut to stay, and that's the only way you can get him to stay is on a pay cut. He just had an all-star year after being a full-time role player all these years. There's no way he's going to take a pay cut to stay in Miami if he's smart. You're gonna chase the money. And so in that case, I see it as a win for them.
I don't know if the Bucks necessarily won this trade. I think we know what Giannis is. He and Bobby Porter, they have history of playing together, and Pat Riley and Bams are still there, and Pat Riley can find ways to put a team together. The reason why I'm skeptical with the Bucks is really I'm looking at the picks that they have. So we'll see who they pick tonight, because I think we'll see who they pick tonight. And we know Hero can play almost 20 a game. Hami Akwes Jr. can play. I don't know about this other guy, but we don't know what the 2031 and 2033 picks will be, around that time. And we don't know how good that draft class will be as well. So it looks pretty awful. And I hate sending a lot of first round picks for players, especially if they're named Rudy Gobert. But for Giannis in this particular situation, it kind of makes sense. Now, I don't keep up with prospects, but we're talking about what, 4 and 6 years away for those picks, 4 to 5 years away from now. So I'm thinking if you're Miami, you have 5 years to make this trade work. And can Giannis come there like LeBron did, like Dwayne, who was drafted there, did and won a title? Can LeBron came there and won a title? Jamie got there and lost 2, but superstar, they said. But can he get there and win the title? Because those are the expectations. So is Giannis better than all 4 of those players they got combined? That's the question we're really asking ourselves.
It's not more about the players themselves, Ken. It's just more about the game plan that Miami has and the landscape of the East. It's just that, because like Sheldon mentioned, like you could have went to Boston. Now, granted, you weren't going to get as a good deal with the Celtics getting like Jaylen Brown and stuff for the Bucks side, but like he could have went to Boston and been competing for a title within the next 3, like over the next 3 seasons. Now in Miami, it's just kind of it's very much more of like a wait and see. Like today, they are not contenders. Yeah, they went up a little bit in the Vegas odds, but they're not contenders by any stretch because they don't even have a fucking team yet. Next season, we'll see what happens, and then the season after that, we'll see what happens. And by that time, Giannis is going to be longer in the tooth, and he's not. And obviously, he's injury prone too. So it's just like I don't know. I don't really know what Miami is going to do. You just have to trust Pat Riley, but they haven't been competing for a title seriously since the Heatles. Now, I know, like you mentioned, they went to the finals with Jimmy Butler and all that, but no one thought that they were going to win those championships. And they were more surprised they even got that far. I think it was an accomplishment they even got that far. But with Giannis, obviously he's better than Jimmy Butler, but he hasn't played really deep playoff basketball in the last 4 or 5 years. So I just don't know what to expect out of this. I don't know what to expect out of this trade immediately. But if I had to pick somebody, that's why I'm going with the Bucks, because at least their future looks a little bit brighter, especially with the way the NBA has changed the way the draft is going to be done. Like, you may not even have to worry about those picks. Those picks could be used to go get somebody else down the line if they wanted to get a superstar or something like that. So they just have more assets to have more options, which is something that I can't say about Miami.
Ooh, I'm looking at this roster now. It is nasty. But nevertheless, I think they still have time to Pat Riley, of course, obviously isn't done. And I think now they even have time to maybe even bring some other teams into this deal as well. So we'll see if this stays this one-on-one deal or if they add additional teams in to get other assets. It's just, can the Bucks draft well? Yes. And that's going to be the question. They have 3 picks. So they have 3 potential future assets or players that can really carry the organization moving forward and they'll still have Tyler Hero, Jaime there. I know they can play. I don't know about the other who else was in this? The other two. I don't know about this other guy whose name I can't pronounce.
One of them is a point guard that I've heard good things about.
And Kyle Ware. Tell me.
Yeah, he's an athletic.
Him?
He's an athletic big that I actually wanted him in Charlotte. They were talking about trying to trade for him, but he's an athletic big that can play. He can run the floor. He's a poor man's Giannis, if you will, because he can play. He can definitely play, but he's not Giannis. I'm not by any stretch of the imagination, but he does have the size and the athletic ability that you look for in a player like that. He's active too. So I can see him going there and averaging 18 and 10.
Ken,
this roster is hilarious. They got Davion Mitchell, Norman Powell. This is what the roster will look like. Davion, Norman Powell, who y'all said won't even be there, Andrew Wiggins, Giannis, and then Bam.
Damn, Andrew.
That's not bad.
Yeah. It's not a bad starting five, but what's after that is the problem. That's where you run into the issues that
Oh, you mean like Drew Smith, Pele Larson,
yeah,
and Bobby Portis and Simon Fontecchio.
Some of those is my player names. You just ran through.
Right.
But
right. That's
for me, Shelton, the other side of this is like we all know that Jaylen Brown once again was on the trade block after having a phenomenal season and proving that he is at least the number one on some team, maybe not on his team, but he has to be gone in Boston. I don't see how Boston can keep, like, they have to trade him before the new season starts, because I don't see how, because I think he's due for an extension too. I don't see how he would be like, okay, what, like, y'all was wanting to give me away for, I know I'm not Giannis. I know that, but like he's done more. He's almost done as much as you could say Giannis has done. I guess I said almost. He's not on the same level. But as far as accomplishments for his franchise, he's done more for that franchise than Giannis did, and they was gonna give him up for it. I just find it interesting that the trade talks are always about him and never about Jason Tatum. Because if you were to tell me, Lou, that a guy coming off an Achilles tear who during your title run did not win Eastern Conference Finals MVP, didn't win the NBA Finals MVP, and was just hurt, and the other guy was top 5 MVP voting, it's just like, why are they always dangling Jaylen Brown as the guy to cut cords or ties with, as opposed to the other guy? Because they're very similar. They're not. It's not like Jaylen Brown is, who is it? It's not like Jaylen Brown is Giannis. It's not like Jaylen Brown's Giannis and Jaylen. It's not like Jason Tatum is Giannis and Jaylen Brown's Bam. You know what I'm saying? As far as like the separation of it, it's like they're really close. And it's like, okay, the guy who's injured already, and even though he's shown that he can, he healed fast, he's not going to get that much better. And Jaylen Brown keeps getting better with every season that we've seen.
I think, Nick, a lot of it has to do with the team chemistry and the way they view Jaylen Brown personally too. A lot of the stuff he's saying they ain't really rocking with. So,
but that's recently. But that's recently though. Like before, they were trying
more early. It's been before.
Yeah, it's been happening early, and it happened before. I mean, it started happening before he started the ascension. So you still gonna stick with Jason Tatum because Jason Tatum is a more popular player on that team, regardless as to how it shake out as who's the better player. But
it's funny though when
Tatum is more.
It's funny though when you hear Nick say that, like he's absolutely right. From a management standpoint, what y'all are telling me is, we're gonna pick the nice guy. When if you look on the court, everything he just is
talented guy.
Yeah,
are they?
That's what I'm saying, Ken. Like
based off accomplishments, I'm not sure. Like he's the one that's coming. Well, he's coming. Okay. You did say talented, but if you're looking at it from an accomplishment standpoint and somebody stepping up every time the organization needed him to, he did it in the finals and got finals MVP. He did it this year when Tatum was down and was in MVP running. So if you Boston, you should be, I think I'm on Nick's side with this, you should be looking at it like we got our dude right here. And if people are looking at Tatum like y'all are saying, we ought to get more value for him.
Yeah, but it's always been known that they're going to keep Tatum. Like this is not surprising. Tatum has been the guy.
We beating around the bush. We're supposed to keep it real. Where sports opinions collide. It's really just because he light skinned and Jalen Brown. That's what it is.
They got a ring from the two players, so it's good. So if I can get Tatum and Giannis, bro, for Jalen Brown, and you put Jalen Brown on this hypothetical situation. They didn't go with the offer, but let's play it out. If he was on Milwaukee, what the hell is he going to do in Milwaukee? Not a damn thing. I think if anything, Jalen Brown would have been exposed more than.
I'm not going that far.
They were second in the East with the team that was supposed to be rebuilding.
With the Boston Celtics organization that had a better roster than the Bucks and a better coach than the Bucks.
Nobody thought the Celtics would be good going into this season.
You just know everything I said about the roster and the coach.
But the roster's what I'm saying. People looked at their roster and they was like, nah, they ain't got it. But they forgot they had Jalen Brown.
At what round they get put out of?
First.
All right, that's a Jalen Brown led team.
No, but by that time, Jason Tatum was there. That's what I'm saying. Is like it seems like Jalen Brown gets all. Jalen Brown gets all the fault, but Jason Tatum wasn't there. Like Jason Tatum was he was playing in 6 of those 7 games, and it shouldn't have went. It shouldn't even went to 7.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Nick. But like I said, Jalen Brown, they picked Jason Tatum a long time ago.
They did.
So that was, at first it wasn't about getting rid of Jalen Brown, but Jason Tatum was always going to be the one to stick around if somebody had to move. And there was never a question about that. So it didn't really matter kind of what he did technically, because Jason Tatum had a built-in excuse as well, too, because he was injured. So in saying that, that's just what it's going to point to. In the fact that that's Jason Tatum's team. That's just what it's been known as, even though we questioned it.
But there's no
reason for that, though.
I'm with you.
Y'all are just saying that. Y'all, and I'm not criticizing y'all, but we've just all kind of accepted that, this is Jason Tatum's team.
I'm with you.
If you're looking at what's going on the basketball court, people shouldn't be so quick to say that.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Lou, but you know how it goes. It's like that in all sports. And I've heard athletes say it themselves, like, I've heard certain athletes be like, I've seen this person get outperformed day in and day out, and they told them to back up because this is this guy's spot. So you play according to your slot. And when you drafted Jason Tatum, you drafted him and took him in as the leader of that team, and this is our face of the franchise, and this is what it's going to be. Jalen Brown, you would be the Robin. On the court, technically, you can be Batman at times, but in the hierarchy of who we're going to keep, you Robin, and you got to go, especially when you start making noise. That's why he's been fussing this whole time anyway.
I see. Granted, I don't agree with how he's been fussing, but I see why he feels that way, because it's like, bro, like, what more do I need to do for this franchise that drafted me? That is saying like that they dangled me for Kevin Durant, for Giannis, and we don't know who else. Those are just the 2 that we know for sure. And it's just like, bro, I brought a title to the city since Paul Pierce. You know what I'm saying? Like I've won every accolade that matters when it comes to team success for this franchise in the last 10 years. And now, like, all of a sudden, like, I'm still being counted out for a guy, again, who has done nothing for this franchise when I'm talking about Giannis. And y'all was willing to give me away for a couple first-round picks and a bag of chips. Like, it's like, if I'm him, I'm like, bro, send me to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all want to see what this franchise look with y'all golden child, go ahead. Let's ship me off and let's see what Jason Tatum does with the team. Because I feel like they're not when Lou was asking about Miami, like, I feel like Boston is going to decrease or regress heavily because they have to move off of Jalen Brown. And this team with just Jason Tatum does not look attractive at all because they have no bigs. They have no bigs. They're all about 3-point shooting, and they're not athletic at all outside of Jason Tatum. So again, if you remove Jalen Brown from this equation, Boston looks worse than Miami.
Isn't that the same team they had last year?
Well, last year it was, and they got exposed in the playoffs, and they get exposed in the regular season. I'm talking about competing for a title, King. Like, I'm not talking about in the regular season. Yeah, Boston can win 50 plus games or whatever, like they did this past year. But like when it comes to the playoffs, they're gonna get exposed early and be a first round exit.
Well, it depends on what you trade him for. If you're trading him, you're gonna get something in return. You're not giving him up for peanuts at this point. it's gonna have to be something.
Who are you gonna get? Because Giannis was the biggest ticket. Like, who else is comparable to Jaylen Brown? Where you're like, okay, this is a good trade.
Well, even before that is answered, I think we have to let's take into account what we know, what history has told us. We do know that together they have accomplished a lot, including winning the title. They've been there twice, and they won it once. We do know that separate, when Tatum is hurt, the ceiling was the first round. I think that if you take JB off, or if you take Tatum off, the ceiling could potentially still be the first round when you separate them. Based on what you're saying, Nick, it sounds like you're saying that if Tatum is left on this team, that they don't stand a chance of winning a title or a chance of winning the title. If they keep Jaylen Brown and get rid of Tatum, they stand a chance of winning a title. Is that kind of how you frame this?
I was saying is like, why wasn't there like, why wasn't Jason Tatum offered for Giannis is what I'm saying. Because I think Jaylen Brown with Giannis is just as good as Jason Tatum and Giannis. But we always keep hearing like, or even when they did Kevin Durant, like why do you say Jason Tatum for Kevin Durant instead of Jaylen? Like they're always using the guy who I believe has done more for their success in recent history than the guy that everybody says, oh, he's the for sure untouchable. Especially after he got hurt. Like he's diminished returns now more than Jaylen Brown.
Because Tatum is the better player. That's why. Why would I get rid of?
Y'all say that, but I don't think that's definite. Well, I don't know if that's definite.
Well, we can extract us out of it then.
Okay.
If we just use the organization,
yes.
If they view Tatum as the better player, so if I think Tatum is better than Jaylen Brown, and I compare the better talent in my organization according to me with Giannis, I'm a way better team than trading Tatum and getting Jaylen Brown. So I think that's what they're looking at. If I can keep Tatum and get Giannis, oh shit, sign me up. And if Jaylen Brown, because of what he did last year and the conversations people have outside of the organization on platforms like this, has more perceived value, or is just people perceive him just as good as Jason Tatum, then yes, I'm gonna try to trade him because I'm gonna try to trick the Bucks into taking him so I can keep Tatum. So that's why they're doing that. I think, Tatum and yeah. So I don't know, man.
I just want to see Tatum as the let's okay. They already won a title. They've done all that they can do. I think the breakup is coming. Let's see what Tatum is without Jaylen Brown. I desperately want to see.
Let's see what Jaylen Brown is without Tatum. I don't want to. I ain't trying to shit on these brothers, but I don't think it's gonna be.
I'm just saying, bro. Like we have more evidence to say that Jaylen Brown can lead a team more than we have evidence saying Jason Tatum can. And I know that's crazy because a few weeks ago we were talking about Jaylen Brown has the talent of a number one but the mindset of a number two. But but I also got to keep it a bean when I say I seen what I seen. and I haven't seen again, it's not like we're talking about a huge it's not like we're talking about shit when Luka was with Jalen Brunson with Dallas. Like, you know what I'm saying? As far as like, oh, okay, these two teammates, like one is clearly better than the other. It's like they do similar things. Like I don't see the big difference.
Yeah. Last question before we move on. So is Miami viewed as a top 3 team in the Eastern Conference now? I don't know if we discussed that.
That'll be tough. It's tough to see. It's tough to say when it's not complete. Based off the starting 5, they got a good starting 5 if they can keep it together, but it's not a complete team, so we really can't tell that as of yet. At this point, with the way this team is set up, because they don't have anybody that of note coming off the bench. If there's one injury, no, this team is not even in the playoffs. So I would say no as of now.
They'll make the play-in. I guarantee they make the play-in. That's it.
I think their ceiling is 5 and the floor is like 9th or 10th?
I think it can be. I think Giannis and Bam, y'all know Bam is just as good as Kobe. I don't know if y'all heard that. Like y'all disrespecting Kobe like that. But yeah, I think so. I think Bam, Giannis, that should be enough.
You can't even get the sentence. Okay? It don't make sense.
Because it wasn't nowhere else to go. He got stuck. He got stuck right there in the middle. He was like, "Bam!" Yeah, like shit.
He was gonna name DJ Khaled, Rick Ross.
The only place he could go is Pat Riley. He was gonna say Bam, Giannis, Pat Riley, Spoelstra. Like, all right, man.
South Beach.
The weather.
That's all you got. Like, again, I don't mind. That's what I'm saying. I don't mind Giannis going to Miami. If you had to tell me I can work in Milwaukee or Miami, I'm
it ain't a
question. But if you're talking about team success, this is right now. This is a lateral move. Obviously, we're just talking about right now, so we don't know what else they can do. But I don't even see how they compete this upcoming season. It has to be the 28, 29 season for me to see them compete.
So I'm looking at, I'm on the Miami Herald. They're just kind of tossing up a couple of different options. Kobe White from Charlotte. They can offer him a deal. CJ McCollum's back in Atlanta, and Ayo Dosunmu is going back to Minnesota. They're saying Anthony Simmons is a name. He can shoot.
He's in Boston
and then a
now,
bunch of other like random names here. And it's not good. So you got Tim Hardaway Jr., Vucevic, Tobias, Dean Wade, Kelly Oubre, Keon Ellis, Luke Kennard, Quentin Grimes. That's not bad. Shamet, Harrison Barnes, Sexton, Nurkic, or John Collins.
Tell me who on that list gives you a decent big, like not even big three, but I didn't even hear anybody's name on that list that they could be the third option on this team to make them good.
Tobias Harris will work.
Tobias Harris on that team as a third option with Bam and
you don't need him to do that much because Giannis he can spot up shoot.
We've been saying
bro, I'm not walking out on the court with Tobias Harris, Bam, and Giannis and thinking.
Well, have no fear because Thanasis is on the way. So,
bro, if they sign Thanasis, man,
no, he's definitely getting signed.
That's part of the deal. Ken, what are you talking about?
Yeah, they need rosters. They need roster spots to fill. He gonna do that.
At worst, he gonna be a coach. Getting something gonna happen. Ken. Something gotta shake.
All right, well, I'm with Shelton, man. Let's see what happens when let's see what Pat Riley does. Moving on, let's get to the NBA draft that is going on tonight. But it's good. Giannis is finally up out of there, man. Now no more people can stop putting Giannis on every team in the NBA.
Yeah.
The draft is happening right now. So let's go ahead and get into this. You're catching us live as we react to the 2026 NBA draft. We officially have the top 3 picks locked in and are now waiting to see the rest, see how the rest of the first round unfolds. So the lead has already been buried, but we had a Giannis trade we had to discuss. But which team has made the best selections so far from this highly anticipated draft class? Also, have other trades stood out to you because of the impact that they could have this upcoming season or in the future? So real quick, for the draft order, you have the Washington Wizards picking first. I'm going to go 1 through 10. Washington Wizards is number 1, Utah Jazz 2, Memphis Grizzlies 3, Chicago Bulls 4, Clippers 5, Nets 6, Kings 7, Hawks 8, Mavericks 9, and the Bucks 10. And they also have the 13th pick, right?
Yep.
So they picked twice. But yeah, so that's your top 10 teams. And AJ went first. Darren Peterson went second. So the top 5 picks: AJ, DeBasanza went to Washington. Darren Peterson went to Utah. Cam Boozer went to Memphis. Caleb Wilson, your guy, Shelton, went to Chicago. And I'm going to stop at 5. Some guy named Keaton Wagler went as the 5th pick. And some via Indiana. Was there a trade? Or something I missed?
No, that was the pick that Indiana was supposed to get. But instead,
so the Clippers got him then.
Yeah, the Clippers got him, which is crazy because they could have took Acuff.
That may tell you something about Acuff, bro.
Nah, I think they were looking at Keaton as like he could be more of a. They can kind of move him to the 2 since they have Garland. I think they just didn't want to stock up on a position that they already have a young player.
Keaton Wagner is point guard, Nick.
I know he was a point guard, but he's 6'5", so I think they're gonna try to
6'6". He's a point guard, but the biggest knock on Acuff is the defensive side of the ball. As good as he is,
what point guard play defense?
But you can't play Acuff. You can't play Acuff and
Garland
together.
Yeah. But it's because he's 6'3".
Wagler,
he's 6'3", and he can play, but Acuff, you got to play some defense, Nick. Now, they don't want to keep drafting these guys that don't play defense.
Name me a point guard that played defense. Name me 3 of them.
you gotta be a decent defender at least in some of these places. They're not looking at it just strictly offensive, especially from the point guard position. You gotta, if you're gonna be an offensive scorer, you got to be a distributor or a defender. You got to do something other than score the basketball. Acuff is the most gifted scorer in this. Well, I can't even say that because these dudes are also tough.
Yeah.
He's one of the most clutch scorers in this draft, if not the top. But at the same time, he offers little to nothing on defense. So he's going to have to come in and play well. But that was the thinking behind the Keaton Wagner pick. But Wagner is nowhere near the talent that Acuff is, if you ask me. Neither is Mikael Brown, who's a point guard, too, out of Louisville, that Brooklyn selected. I think I would have definitely taken Acuff at that spot, if nothing else. But both those guys got drafted ahead of him based off what they
hated that he went to Sacramento. I was hoping he would go to Atlanta because that's exactly where they could have used him. But
yeah,
he going in 4 or 5 years, Lou. He going somewhere else.
Working on building a dream space, but don't know where to start? At the Home Depot, we can help you bring your dream project to life. Whether you're building a backyard oasis, a podcast studio, or a wellness space, we've got everything you need in store and online. With project guides and free delivery options, it's easy to go from dreaming to doing. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Hi, everyone. I'm Cece Winans. Join me in supporting St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. You can become a partner in Hope right now for just $19 a month. And thanks to the generosity of people like you, families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, so they can focus on helping their child live.
Join us at musicgives.org.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you think he will leave Sacramento? I
think, yeah,
probably.
Fleming's
I like
Atlanta.
dude.
Go ahead.
I like Fleming's for Atlanta. That's going to be a good
Mm-hmm.
pick. I think that was a really good pick. They needed that. He was a beast at Houston. I also like Caleb Williams going to the Bulls. Get him a chance to restart. I feel like that's a perfect centerpiece for an organization if they do it right. But the Bulls might be the Bulls and just do what they do. But if they do right by Caleb Williams, they can bring some like prime time stuff back to that city. And my other pick that I liked was Golden State. I watched dude from Michigan hoop throughout the tournament, man. That's a good pick for Golden State. That's one of those picks that you'll look back on, but I mean, how the fuck did he slip to them? How they get him and continue to have this good luck in the draft. Yeah. If he can learn some good stuff from the people that are there, I don't know if Draymond coming back or whatever, but I think playing with Steph and being in Golden State at the tail end of what they had going would be good for him, and dude could be good. He could be a steal, actually. Lindenberg.
Yeah. He's a little older, but
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, it is for Golden State. I was most impressed with Dallas's selection of Morez Johnson. I wanted him in Charlotte so bad. I was hoping he dropped to 14. He was on that same Michigan squad and he's been rumored to go to Charlotte this whole time. He jumped up to 9th. This dude is athletic. He plays on both ends of the floor. He finishes at the rim. He's strong. This dude gonna be something tough to deal with. I think him paired with Cooper is gonna be a nice little forward combination to deal with in the future with this new coach from and he goes with his head coach from Michigan too. So him there means a lot. OKC got White on the front line. They got a 7'3" center from Michigan too. So they got another big guy to go along with Chet and Mara, who has some. Mara had a great workout, man. That dude, he's 7'3", so he's got the height. He ain't nowhere near what a Wemby is, but he's got a lot of height, and he can shoot. He can actually shoot the basketball and put the ball on the floor.
That's the thing. We're moving to an era where it's not big man era, it's tall man era, and just because you tall don't mean it's all going to work out. Because, like you said, Sheldon, Chet was supposed to be someone that was supposed to be like not a equalizer to Wemby, but like somebody that can at least be a challenge for him, and he folded like a goddamn lawn chair. I like the I'm curious. The most intriguing pick to me in the draft is Peterson to Utah, specifically because Utah has been trying to be shitty for the last 5 since Danny Ainge got hired, and they finally have a decent squad, at least a squad that I would think should be a play-in team going into this upcoming season in the West. If he pans out the way people have talked about him, that's a really nice team in Utah.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Can Peterson and Bailey play together?
Yeah, they can.
I mean, I know on the floor talent wise, but
yeah,
you think that may be an issue?
No, because it's not a question that that's going to be Peterson's team sooner than later. So I think Peterson.
You don't think Ace Bailey think that's his team though?
No, absolutely not. There's no way.
Yeah, Ace didn't even want to be on the team when he got drafted.
Yeah, Ace know that ain't his team. Everybody know what Peterson is. If you're touting Peterson, which a lot of people are saying, and I get the comparisons to Kobe is his ceiling. They said Kobe is his ceiling.
I hate that. I hate they even mention his name.
Wow.
Bradley Beal is his floor. That's what somebody said. I'm like, dang. But Kobe being his ceiling, I'm telling you, that dude is nice, man. That's too much for me. I ain't gonna say no Kobe at all.
He's nice, but I just don't. I don't trust him. If I'm being honest with you, like he is nice. I do agree with you. I just don't trust him.
But you mean,
and then being in YouTube, I mean,
because he was sit out.
Shit that was happening in Kansas. Was he injured? Was he
sitting out? That's
college though.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
That means a lot. That means a lot when you go into and you're talking about being the face of a team. You're talking to a dude who's like, "Oh, I ain't working out for nobody but the number one team." Like all of that shit matters. So it don't matter now per se when I'm taking him as the number 2 pick. But if you're having issues with him 3-4 years down the line, like you may be having because of the shit you saw at Kansas and the shit that he did pre-draft, like that matters.
Bro, all these niggas was talking cash shit. Going to draft. Like
it ain't about talking cash shit though. It was like he was we talked about it on the show when he was sitting out games throughout the college season because who knows? Like, was he hurt or was he doing whatever he was doing to sit out games because he wanted to preserve himself for the NBA? Like, I just don't know. I'm not sure about him. I ain't saying it in a bad way. I ain't saying it in a good way. I'm not sure that he's the player that's going to be the face of their franchise.
Draymond said it best, though. Even Steph, when he got to Golden State, refused to work out. He would not work out for Golden State. He did not want to be there. He didn't want them to draft him. And look how that turned out. So he said that they already know what these guys can do. They've already decided. So that working out stuff is overrated. Don't ever get that twisted. And also don't mix the college stuff with the pro stuff. I consistently believe and have said all along that he was advised to sit out certain games. You already know what you got. You already know what you're dealing with. You just got to get to the pro level without being hurt. So that's why you got that. I think you'll see
that for me. That's weak though, because you went to Kansas to play basketball. You telling me you're gonna sit out certain I don't know. That ain't the person that I would put the faith in my franchise in. You're talking about somebody who's sitting out basketball games because they're knowing they're going to the pro.
So that's what I'm about to say.
You want to pass over Darren Peterson and pick? You want to pick Cameron Boozer?
I love all 4 of these top players.
Wilson.
Could damn near be
Caleb Wilson
as
is not okay. So you'll go with the
Caleb
guy who's going to show up to play, but that's not as good as the guy.
Right. You don't want to be that GM, Lou. You don't want to be the GM to miss out on the talent like that. You can't afford that. As a GM, you cannot afford to pass on what should be a generational talent. And he's one of those types. I believe
See,
from what
I
I've seen.
I feel like Caleb may be, and AJ.
Caleb may be too. But at the same time, you can't pass on Peterson.
But and on top of that,
okay, that's where we differ at. That's where the conversation is. I don't look at him like what you're saying.
Well, to me, it's like
he ain't Michael Jordan where you can't pass on that pick.
Well, to me, it's also like Utah doesn't need a power forward or a number 4 because they already got that
Utah
lined up.
Whatever they can get.
Well, I mean, they already got they traded for JJ from Memphis, and they also I think they got Lauri Markkanen still. Like they already are set at depth at that position. They need a backcourt support. So I think this is what. Again, I think Utah should be a play-in team based off of just this draft pick alone. Now, Lou, I'm with you as far as like, do we need to wait and see on Peterson? But at the same time, like Shelton and Ken are saying, like, who else was you going to pick that is going to be that talented that could fit right in the position that you need, that could take you over the top? I just think that it was either him or AJ, and obviously AJ was going number 1, so it's just him.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you got the top 2 picks. It's got to be one of those 2. Nobody else. Or you be looking for a job.
I just didn't look at him like that.
There was a lot of discussion about Acuff in the chat, and now we know where he's going. Will this impact his potential in Sacramento?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He went to hell. He went to basketball hell.
The worst possible scenario.
And I'm surprised. I'm surprised Atlanta didn't trade up to like with Sacramento and be like, "Hey, bro, we'll give you some lemon pepper wings, a lifetime supply at Blue Flame for Acuff."
Is it possible he's just ain't as good as y'all think he is?
Don't do that.
I don't think they got nothing to do with it right now.
Kid.
No, that may not have nothing to do with it. I think just where he is going to weigh mostly than anything. Like I think he can be as talented as we say he is, but going to Sacramento, like Nick's, he in hell, bro. He gonna be better than we think he is if he happens to make it and be good there.
Ken,
I feel like
Mike Brown got them to the playoffs first time in like a decade plus, and they fired him 2 seasons after that just because they're like, nah, bro, we don't win here.
Hey, y'all remember when they had, and I saw this online somewhere, I think it may have been on Twitter, when they had AD and Boogie, DeMarcus Cousins, bro.
Sacramento?
No, you talking about New Orleans. New Orleans had that.
No, they was in Sacramento, right?
No, that was in New Orleans.
AD.
New Orleans.
Boogie was in Sacramento.
Boogie was in Sacramento, averaging 28 points a game, and they went
and Vlade got rid of him.
Yeah, exactly. Got rid of him. They got rid of De'Aaron Fox. Do Sabonis still play there?
Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah, for now. They're talking about trading him to Charlotte.
He went to hell, and I pray for Acuff because that was my favorite player coming out the draft. Man, he went to hell.
They about to release what's his name, who played for the Raptors for years,
DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, DeMar DeRozan. So like, it's just gonna be, and they always do that. They always drafting point guards or like guards, and then they don't do shit with them. They had Tyrese Halliburton at one point, and they let him go.
They did.
Don't Westbrook play for them too?
I don't know where the hell Westbrook.
Yeah, Westbrook was there too. But he is there.
My young guard coming to play. Like no disrespect to Westbrook, but that ain't the type of time that I want my young guard on. Like even coming in there with what may possibly even happen between a personality like Westbrook and a new dude. So this is terrible.
Okay, so I'm really curious to see where who Detroit get, who Atlanta has another pick coming up, I think. We'll see what y'all do, Nick. The Lakers, who they're gonna get. Celtics, Minnesota, definitely. I'm watching Minnesota after all that shit.
I wanted to talk about Minnesota because
he out of there.
I'm about to say, hey, show. I know I've been talking about Atlanta a lot, like I'm a Hawks fan, but bro, bring Ant home.
Ant coming home. Ant done with this. I'm telling you.
Bring Ant. Hey, FIFO. Ant should demand a trade to bro, send me to the Hawks, bro. Y'all bullshit because they literally gave up Julius Randle for a loose hat.
Yeah, because that's that. I mean, they messed up, man. I saw one whatever the white guy's name is that do NBA stuff. Wendy. I think he said it. He said that,
Brian Windhorst.
Yeah. He said that they're looking at this as addition by subtraction, get him out of there, and that could free up those shots opportunities. They can spread those out to Naz Reid and Jaden McDaniels.
Nah,
my thing is, if I'm Ant, we have heard him speak highly of Cat. He said Cat was the best offensive player, the most talented person on that team. He spoke highly. I'm just saying for what I said in the chat to the people listening, he spoke highly about Jaden Daniels. And I'll encourage the chat and everybody on this program to point out something positive he said about Julius Randle since he's been there. And the other thing is, Ant has to be pissed seeing Cat go to New York and win a title with Brunson when people were saying that you can't win a title with Cat. In that organization, I think they were viewing that we can't win a title with Cat because we got to the Western Conference, and that was it. So they probably felt that was their ceiling. But he went to New York and he got a title. And since Ant loved Cat and revered what he was able to do with his game, and then he get Julius Randle, he was like, "Oh hell no!" I think that really pissed him off.
And FIFA, we want to get your thoughts on the whole draft and everything, and also the trade. But my thing with Minnesota was I think they were just they're just tired of paying the tax because the last 3 seasons, which include their conference championship appearances, they were over the cap, or they were in the second apron or going into that. And that was a funny thing is that's the most successful seasons of the franchise of the last decade. And they're just bro, we can't keep spending that money. So that's why they let Randall go. They re-signed AJ to I think with a 4 or 5 year deal for 112, which is good for him because he, that's the most money he's ever seen. But at the same time, it's just what do you have? Who's their third best player now, Sheldon? Was it Dante DiVincenzo coming off of an ACL? I don't, or Naz Reid. Now they have to start Naz Reid. Naz Reid can't be a gem off the bench. He's now a starter.
Yeah, he has to be.
It's just I don't and is that competing in the West? We can hear you, FIFO.
You muted, FIFO.
You shouldn't be. Yeah, we can't hear you though. But yeah, while he figuring it out, I'm shocked that Minnesota, because even I think Giannis said that it was between Boston, Miami, and Minnesota that he would re-sign with. So I was shocked that they didn't try to do something. Granted, I know they don't have the picks because they gave it all up for Rudy, but it's
he wanted to be there.
Bring two, do a 14 trade somehow, some way, get the nigga there. I don't know what it is, but I just feel that they doing Ant wrong. And what happened? Kevin Garnett left, won a title. Andrew Wiggins left, won a title. You just said Karl Anthony Towns left, won a title. Kevin Love left, won a title. It's you don't get to the point where it's nigga, I can't do this shit.
When you put it that way,
yeah, it's let me just get up out of here. And he could be easily again. You put him in Atlanta, or you put him in.
They got to build a team, though, bro.
They tried, and they didn't get it done.
No, Atlanta would have to be able to build a team. Wherever he go, they still would have to build a team, or he has to go to a good situation. Which wherever he goes, it's not like you would go into a team that's ready to win, because New York made a lot of moves to assemble that team that they had,
They did.
by putting together the Villanova Knicks. What organization will also be willing to be that aggressive and shorten their timeline? Ant would be the clear-cut guy, and then you have on that team. So I don't know, but
I would like to see Ant somewhat more fun, man. Like, I think
I
it'd just
mean,
be better for the
Minnesota's fun.
league.
What do you mean?
Man, it's Minnesota, bro. Like this, like
Right.
I don't like watching him with Gobert. If he was on the East Coast, somewhere like Atlanta, like niggas saying, I just feel like it would be even more to his game and the lure that he's already drawing as Anthony Edwards playing in Minnesota. If he's somewhere else, I think that's amplified even more. We get a bigger star for the league. Like Minnesota act like they're not even trying.
No, I wouldn't say that. I think they have tried. They just made the wrong moves. Going to get Gobert was a stupid ass trade. I'll stand by that. Trading all those picks for Gobert. I still have no idea why they traded Cat for Randall. That made absolutely no sense. Randall wasn't winning in New York. What makes you think he's going to win in Minnesota?
Right.
Like, and Cat, for all his flaws personality-wise and all the crazy shit he be doing, goofy, crazy, dumb, weird shit he be doing on the court, whatever you want to call it, the fact of the matter, the kid could play. So, and he was way more talented than Julius Randle. So it was a regression. All that stuff was silly.
I think with Minnesota getting rid of Julius Randle and Naz Reid going into the starting lineup, there is some addition by subtraction. I think the offense will be better because Naz isn't going to force the shots that Julius does because Naz knows his role. Julius thinks he's the best player on the court at all times. That's the way he plays. And that's why the addition from by subtraction is there. However, what they lose is going to be depth. And I don't know who they have, that's going to promote themselves to where Nas has. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody on that roster. Now we've seen Jalen Daniels. And am I saying it? There's so many Jadens and Jalen's.
Yeah, I think it's Jaden McDaniels. Yeah, McDaniels. Yeah,
that guy.
Yeah,
like he took a big step in these playoffs, and now to me, he's the second best player offensively on that roster, and that's the type of player that you need around Ant. Naz Reid is also complimentary, but like you said, Nick, before I had to jump off because I don't know what the hell was happening with my mic. I don't know if that's enough to compete in the West. Are they still a playoff team? I believe so. Closer to play in, I don't think they're going to be a top 6 seed. At least I don't think that unless Ant takes a whole nother jump. Jaden takes a jump. Nas, now that he knows he's going to be a starter, takes another jump. But outside of that, just based off of what we've seen the last couple of seasons, they're not technically better, but I think they'll get better shots. But I don't think that they're a better team. So I think this is going to be very interesting, especially that they traded him now. And the reason why I say that is when they traded for Julius Randle, they gave up Cat. I felt that Minnesota was in a soft rebuild and that they should have flipped Julius at that time because his value was decent enough. The fact that you traded him to go get Cat, I felt like you should have flipped Julius for something. And now look at what you got. And I'm not saying that you would have got much more then, but I don't know. I think the timing of this it doesn't look good for the organization because you have a guy that's literally entering the prime of his career. He can take you far as hell, and he don't really have a Robin. Again, maybe it's McDaniels. I don't know. We'll see if he takes that jump because I do think he is the second best player. But where do you put him, in terms of top? Is he a top 35 player?
No, it's tough.
Right? I don't know if you could. I think that all these championship teams that really have a window have 2 top 20, 25 players. And I think that's what it takes. And if you don't have that, you're not truly competing. And again, no shot to Jaden McDaniels. I love his game, but I don't know if he's top 30.
Can we ask FIFO, is Miami going to be competing? Since he ain't get to speak on that.
This your squad too.
Yeah, no, it's one of my squads. It's definitely one of my squads. I always fuck with the Heat. I think they're another playoff team. But here's the thing.
Like
So
play in playoffs.
I think they could be a little. I think they're going to be between 6 and 8. So yes, potentially, right? If you get the 6 seed, you're not a play-in, but if you go lower, you are. So I think they're going to be right around there. Here's the thing, though. We know that the Miami Heat and Eric Spoelstra and Pat Riley squeeze all of the juice out of whatever fruit they got on the damn court. They do. Because the fact that they went to the finals 2 years with Jimmy Buckets and a whole bunch of pieces says a lot about that organization and Coach Spo. Spo is a Hall of Fame coach, in my opinion. He's a top 3 coach in the NBA right now. I don't put nothing past Spo. Stylistically, I just don't see where this team is complementary to themselves. And obviously, it's early. Pat Riley's still going to go make some moves. The likes of Norman Powell may not be there just because they probably won't be able to afford them. But this is not the end-all be-all roster just yet. So I can't say with any type of, not necessarily certainty, but I don't know. Like right now, I don't know. I need to see with that roster how they fill that out. But here's the thing. You got a guy like Bam and you got Giannis. That's a lot. Like, we're talking arguably one of the best front courts in the NBA. And then when you look at competing for a championship, we know that the Wembys are going to be there. The Jokers are going to be there. The Chet, not saying because of Chet, but OKC is going to be there, right? So if you go up against one of those top-tier Western Conference teams, in the front court, you ain't got no problem. It's the back court. Who going to close it out for you? You know what I'm saying? So for me, a player I do like, I don't know if you're going to get rid of him, but now that Miami made this Giannis trade, I don't know what you have in the cupboard to go trade for him, but a player like Fred VanVleet, he fits. He makes sense. A player like that don't have to be the biggest name, but a guy that that when it comes down to it and he has to have the ball in his hands, you ain't worried about him making boneheaded mistakes. So to me, they need a player like that. So until I see this final roster, I don't know.
Can they get Dame?
Honestly, I was just thinking about Dame, but I don't know. Portland is so in flux, right? Like Tiago Splitter just signed to be the head coach of the Chicago Bulls, and Tiago Splitter did a marvelous job over there in Portland. I don't know what Portland wants for Dame. What is Dame's value right now?
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is the cheapest you could get him. And I know right now they don't have a lot of money. So that's what I was saying. Like, Dame would help fill the, whatever. He's better than Mitchell. I know that for sure, even at this stage of his career, or at least I believe it is. I don't know. Some people may disagree.
But does he want to leave Portland?
For Miami? To play with Giannis?
I mean, he went back to Portland.
He already played with Giannis.
Yeah, but that was different. That was with Doc Rivers, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a whole different regime.
But here's the thing, though. What is Dame right now? Like, we haven't seen Dame. Like, can Dame turn the corner? Look, there's a couple of things about Dame's game I don't question. We know he's a great leader, and we know he can shoot the damn ball. And you're not going to rip him. But can he turn the corner now that he's older, coming off of an Achilles? Like what is his old man game? I don't know. Like, he was already a liability on defense. Is he a way worse defender now? Is he a Trae Young level defender now? So it's like there's questions about Dame that are not answered. That if I'm Miami, I don't know if I'm taking a flyer on. But there is another guard there that played with Giannis as well, Drew Holiday. And Drew Holiday, I don't know what his trade value is right now, but I'd rather have Drew Holiday today than Dame Lillard.
At that point, we talk about bottoms of the barrel. You compare Drew
bottom of the barrel.
I'm just saying, bro. Like, because to me, it's like I'm not worried about the defensive side of Dame because you have Bam and Giannis in that Miami Heat culture. So like that should take like again, the Knicks, Jalen Brunson isn't defended the best. You know what I'm saying? Like you got other players you should be able to handle that. My main thing is more about who do you trust when it comes to, like you mentioned, shooting. They need shooters. They don't have, they're about to lose their best one in Norman Powell, like you mentioned. They got Andrew Wiggins, but that's it. He's their best shooter right now. I would like to have Dame there to at least to help with the backcourt. Even if you want to draft some undrafted free agent, whatever, to help, mentor for next, or even with mentor Mitchell. I just think that they just need to take whatever they can get. Now, I'm not saying that Drew Holiday and Dame are bums, but I'm saying the way you talking about them, it seems like it's like they're well past their prime, and we just trying to fill the roster with some vets that we trust.
I just have questions about where Dame is today. That's it. I don't question his tenacity. I don't question his leadership. I don't question no intangible. I question the level of athleticism that he still may or may not have. Like I just don't know what it looks like. You know what I'm saying?
He's never been athletic to me, but I think he went back to Portland for a reason. He didn't go back to Portland.
Nah, he was athletic. He could dunk and all that
shit.
He could dunk.
He could dunk, but he what I'm saying is that was never his strongest sense, is what I'm saying. But he's where he wants to be. He went back to Portland not because he wanted to win. He went back to Portland because he wanted to retire from Portland.
He went back to Portland because it was better than Milwaukee. That's the reason. He said, "I left
That's rough, ain't it?"
He thought he was going to Miami the whole time. Ended up in Milwaukee, boy.
Thoughts on the draft, FIFO?
Man,
y'all
got to fill me in, bro.
Working on building a dream space, but don't know where to start? At the Home Depot, we can help you bring your dream project to life. Whether you're building a backyard oasis, a podcast studio, or a wellness space, we've got everything you need in store and online. With project guides and free delivery options, it's easy to go from dreaming to doing. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
What's good, y'all? This is Doug E. Fresh, and we're asking for your support. Help us raise money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food so they can focus on helping their child live. By pledging just $19 a month, you're helping St. Jude give every child with cancer a chance. Help St. Jude save lives. Become a partner in hope today.
Join us at musicgives.org.
No, y'all gotta fill me in. I just know the Bands will win number one. That's all I know. I don't know nothing else.
It's the Bands at 1, Peterson at 2 at Utah, Boozer went to Memphis at 3, Caleb Wilson went to Chicago at 4, Keaton Wagler went to the Clippers at 5, Mikael Brown Jr. went to the Nets, Acuff went to the Kings at 7, Kingston Flemings went to
the Hawks.
Atlanta.
Atlanta about to be a problem, man.
He a dog.
Yo, yeah, because remember I've been talking about Kingston Flemings. I originally I put him higher than Acuff. He's not, but I still really like Kingston Flemings.
Yeah, he's a dog.
He's a dog. He plays defense. He's athletic. He got prototypical point guard size in the NBA, and they just got the buddy from OKC. They just traded.
Wiggins, Andrew Wiggins.
Oh,
I like Wiggins.
Bro,
AJ.
I'm AJ.
I like him.
The Hawks got that's gonna be a tough matchup. Like I think the Hawks are very underrated. I think the Hawks are looking at all of these teams. They're looking at Philly, Boston, Miami now, and it's like, bro, we can run with y'all. Not saying they better, but they have the talent to run with anybody in the East. I like that. All right, after Kingston,
Dallas got Morris Johnson Jr. from Michigan. The Bucks got Braden Burris from Arizona. Golden State got Yaxel Lindenberg from Michigan. OKC got Mara from Michigan. Damn, Michigan.
OKC.
Yeah. That's that front line from Michigan was strong.
Yeah,
and I knew they were all gonna be good.
Wait, hold on. Pause right there. They're like, all right, Wemby. We got a 7'3" big ass white boy.
That's it. That's why they got him.
That's why they got him.
You beat our other white guy. We got another one.
But I mean, shit. The Spurs went to go get that 6'9" guy from Kentucky, Jaden Quintons. So they're trying. I think to me they're trying to get depth and size as well too, so they can give Wemby some rest. But yeah, Spurs have still got some size on there too. Milwaukee through the trade. This is Miami's original pick, but through the trade at number 13, they got Nate Emmett from Tennessee. And then Sheldon, you could talk about Charlotte's 14th pick, Haynes Steinbach.
Yeah, Steinbach is
from where?
From Washington. I was disappointed because a lot of the guys I wanted were already gone, but Steinbach was the leading rebounder in the NCAA last year. And he's an athletic big. I'm sorry, but it's another white guy for Charlotte, man. It's a lot of those white bigs that they like drafted. So, but he's at least good. I think he's going to be good. He's definitely a rebounder, and he's athletic. So 6'11".
I like Charlotte. You know, me and you, we here with Charlotte, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel this, and I like LaMelo Ball. And then let me also correct something that I had said a while ago in the chat. I was like, LaMelo is their best player in Charlotte history. He's their most talented. He's not the best, not the most accomplished. There's other players in Charlotte history that have been better for the organization, but he's the most talented that I've seen. Now, whether he realizes it and takes them to heights that they've never been to, that's on LaMelo and his maturity. We'll see. But I think this, Shelton, and tell me if you agree or disagree with me. I don't think Charlotte takes the next jump until they get a defensive wing. All of their guys on the perimeter with the ball, all are offensive guys. LaMelo's an offensive guy. Continental's an offensive guy. Brandon Miller's an offensive guy. And one of those three, and it ain't going to be LaMelo, and it ain't going to be Con, I think you got to look at moving Brandon Miller. I'm not going to say moving for this particular person. I'm just saying this style of person for one of the Thompson twins. A player that's like the Thompson twins because they can't stop people. LaMelo's going to get his buckets. LaMelo's going to be LaMelo. Con is going to continue to grow as a scorer in the NBA. They need a guy that can go get stops. They don't have that. They don't have tenacity. They don't have a guy with anger issues. They need a guy like that. And for me, I like Charlotte, but they just a little soft, man. They just a little Charmin. And I don't think until they get some grit that they're not gonna make no moves. Like can they be a playoff team? Yes. Can they win a series? Okay, I'll give them that based on talent. Can they go past that? Not without grit.
Yeah, the toughest part to that, though, is Charlotte is a great scoring team. It's one of the best scoring teams in the NBA. And I say that because you got three guys right together that's averaging 20 points a game. I wouldn't get rid of neither one of those three. I like that big three together. I would just put defense around them. You got Sion, who's from Duke, the backup point guard. Well, he's a backup point guard to shooting guard combo. He's the best defender on the team. What'd you say? Yeah, Kobe White. Hopefully, we can retain Kobe. Everybody's gonna be after him, but I think he wants to stay home. So prayerfully, he'll be there because he's the first guy to join Charlotte to where when LaMelo sits down, it's not a huge drop off in plus minus. That's the reason why Kobe White was so valuable to get him at that mid-season trade. You want to keep him coming off the bench. They just signed Christian Anderson with the 18th pick. That's who they drafted. Christian Anderson is a bucket, but he's only 6 feet tall and he ain't gonna play no defense either. So Sion is your one defender off the bench. You do need another backup that can come in and get you some good defensive minutes. They got some good guys off the bench that can do that, but I wouldn't break up that big three. I think that big three is tough.
If anything, you need to go after and I hate to say this because this is my guy, but like a Mitchell Robinson. I know he's going to be.
They're saying that he's on that list, Nick.
Yeah, because I know the Knicks are not going to be. Because James Dolan came out early. He was like, "Look, nigga, we won a title. I ain't going into the second apron for half these niggas." So unless he's taking a massive pay cut like Brunson, like which I don't think he should because this is his first time for a big paycheck.
Right.
Charlotte could use him, and he'll shore up that whole defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and then it don't really matter. I mean, they played. LaMelo had his best defensive season in his career, but that still ain't saying much.
What I'm saying, Shelton, is having a lockdown defender, right? And here's the thing: I don't disagree with you not wanting to break up that big three because scoring wise, that's arguably the best big three in the league. Scoring wise, like they can score at every level. They can score at the three. They can score mid range. Brandon Miller can post smaller guys up. That's not necessarily his game, but and he'll dunk on you. He's athletic. So is LaMelo. Sneaky athletic, not uber athletic. He's the white boy shooter. He's the Larry Bird mode. But at the end of the day, I just feel like they need either a plethora of defenders or like a one-on-one lockdown guy, like either of the Thompson twins, or get like a veteran like a Caruso. That's what they're missing. They're missing tenacity. They're missing somebody that's gonna elbow you and then look at you and be like, "What you gonna do?" Like they don't have. And here's the thing. I know Washington, the high flyer, the lefty. What's his name? The one that had the domestic issues.
Bridges.
Miles Bridges.
Yeah, right? Miles Bridges. They're gonna trade Bridges.
Yes, he can go. And don't bring back offense. You got to bring back defense. You got to bring back defense. Whether it's big man like Mitchell Robinson or perimeter defender like Caruso. You don't get defense that this squad is not making the jump.
Yeah, our best defender is Musa Diabate, the center, but he's an undersized center, and that's the one who was our muscle. That's the one who fought during early in the year. But he's an undersized center, and he's not much on offense whatsoever at all. So in saying that, he get that ball in the post, he's looking to pass it out to a shooter quickly. So they got to get Mitchell Robinson would be perfect in that mode. They talking about bringing in the biggest trade they talking about doing is old boy from Sacramento, the big man. What's his name?
Sabonis. You talking
Sabonis?
About?
Yes, Sabonis. That's the trade that they're pushing to have happen. But once again, that doesn't help you on the defensive end. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But Charlotte is, if nothing else, Charlotte is fun to watch. And like I said, all the prospects, they wanted all three of the Michigan guys were rumored to go to Charlotte, but all three of them were gone before the 14th pick. So that was disappointing. I wanted Morez Johnson. That was my pick. That's who I wanted. That's who I'm gonna stick with. And I think Morez is gonna have a good career.
Let me ask y'all this. I don't know if y'all got into this or not, but is AD staying in Washington?
Oh, damn sure we ain't getting to this. Who gives
a damn? Should, man. He should, people. There's no reason for him to leave that squad. Washington, it's a major market, and you got players in place now that y'all can make some noise. You can go there and make a name for yourself, and you got a point guard that Trae Young will get 12 assists a game. 6 of them should be to you. You know what I'm saying? That's points for him.
You right, son. They can make some noise. It's gonna be white noise. There ain't shit going on. Ain't gonna be shit going on in Washington.
Playoff team.
Why do you think they're gonna be hurt? Is that why you're saying that?
If we're basing their impact on that trio of Trae Young, AJ, and AD, you can't rely on AD. When was the last time you could rely on AD? And everywhere that he's been recently, they've been like, all right, we'd rather move on from you, get younger, and find somebody else because he's clearly not, ever since he left LA, he does not want, I don't know if he's been satisfied with any of the places he's been. And unless he
doesn't
buys
want to
it,
stay in Washington.
Yeah, unless he buys one place since LA.
He went to Dallas. That's what I'm saying. Like, he could have stayed with Cooper Flag. He didn't want to be there. He could have stayed with Cooper Flag and Kyrie. Didn't want to be there. Now he's in Washington. He doesn't want to stay. I think Trae Young said he's been trying to talk to his ass into staying. And I don't know where he's going to satisfy him. And to me, he doesn't play well if he ain't happy.
Yeah, I feel like this is the best case scenario.
I wanted to go.
To be honest with you, I'll be quick, FIFO. I don't think he is at the point in his career where he can say, "Well, I don't want to be here." Like, he should be trying to make the best out of this, especially if you got Trae Young, who hopefully is going to be healthy, and you had the number one pick in AJ. Like, this is like, where else he gonna go? And he not a high pressure dude. Like, he don't do well with high pressure situations. We've seen that throughout his career. That goes all the way back to Kentucky. So stay there.
When he helped to win the finals.
I mean, it was in the bubble, kid.
He came up there. But look, Spike, I don't disagree with you.
I
However, his salary dictates that he has say where he goes. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you don't want that much money on the books, not being happy, not giving you 100%. Like, you got to move on from that, just from a salary perspective. Talent-wise, no, he's no longer the guy to command. Oh, we need to go get this guy. We need to go. Like, you're not the number one option on the championship team anymore, right? And that's essentially what you're saying, and I agree with you. But because of how much money he makes, if he wants out or he wants to go somewhere, you let it walk, and you get whatever you can in return for him. That's that. In terms of AD not wanting to be in Dallas, it wasn't an issue with him being in Dallas. Dallas just wanted to move on from him. You know what I'm saying? Because the timelines don't work. Cooper Flag is the guy. Like, everything, like, he is everything that we want, or what AD was when he was younger to a degree, but more guard-like. I think he's more agile, similarly athletic, better jumper off the rip. AD had more big man qualities than Cooper does, right? Block shots, rebounds. I'll give the slight edge to AD. But at the end of the day, it's like you watch Coop play, it's like, AD can go. Kyrie hurt. Kyrie, when he get back 100%, and I don't know if y'all been.
I seen him. When
that nigga ready to go hoop.
Yeah.
Yes. So Kyrie can go. You know what I'm saying? Get whatever you can from him and just build around Coop. So I don't think it was a situation where AD didn't want to be in Dallas. I just don't think it just worked. So now that he's in Washington, that's not where he necessarily wants to be. But the reason why I asked the question is because Trae Young has taken a less talented team further than the damn Washington Wizards have ever gone. Like, let's be honest. Like, that Atlanta Hawks team with Huter, with who's the black guy that's in Cleveland now? That we thought he was going to be like a Kawhi Leonard type of guy.
I know you're talking about. Shit. What was his name? Hunter. Something.
Yeah, DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah.
DeAndre Hunter. John Collins. Like, he took that squad to the Eastern Conference Finals. And again, Trae Young hasn't had any major injury. Trae Young is still relatively young. Trae Young still got ice in his veins. Trae Young, a bum on defense, but he's not a bum nowhere else on the court. So you have AD, you have the Bonza, you have other guys now. This is the most talent that Trae Young has ever played with. If I'm AD, like Shelton said, I'm licking my chops because, bro, like 6 of these assists that you're going to be getting is going to be to me. And the other ones to the Bonza. And then they got guys like the young cat Trey Johnson. You said another DFW cat, bro. Mid-range assassin. And he bro, he's like 6'8", 6'9", or 6'7". You know what I'm saying? Like he's a guard with size. Like, this Washington team has talent.
Tell that to AD, FIFO, because he know all that. He like, listen, bro, I'd rather be somewhere else. And that's why I'm like, bro, like, I don't. If you remove AD from that scenario, Sheldon, like, I don't see why Washington's just gonna be Washington. Like, AJ is still young, and he still got to develop into who he's gonna be. That trio sounds appealing, but that would be a play-in team at best for me.
It just depends on how many games you get AD for, if he does stay.
That's the thing.
If AD plays 50 games, and this whole team, for the most part, is relatively healthy. That means your star players and your big rotational guys play 70-plus games. This is definitely a playing team. They are a playoff contender. Are they? Hell no, I'm not putting them championship contender. I got to see with my own eyes. But just on paper, these guys should strike fear into other teams. Bro, AJ DeBonza is a legit 6'9", like, man body, man game already. Like, he's going to come into the league just like Coop did and be physical. Like, you're just not going to be able to, like, slow him up. Like, I'm younger than you. I got more energy than you. I jump higher than you. And I'm just as strong as the majority of the people in the NBA right now today as an 18, 19-year-old. So DeBonza is going to be fine. I'm not worried about him. We've seen Trae Young. Trae Young, when healthy, is a top 5 point guard in the league, is he not? We're not saying overall offensively. He's a top 5 offensive point guard in the league when he's healthy. Then you pair that with AD, if you can get 50 games out of him. He's more than a serviceable big man. He can hold his own defensively and offensively. Just don't trip him. Don't bump him because he might get hurt and be done for the season. But if he's there, man, I don't know. They just have a lot of talent, in my opinion. I think they're a very interesting team. I may get league pass next year just because there's so many young, talented players that I want to see. This would be a league pass team for me. This is a team. If I only got to pick like 5 league pass teams that I could watch all season, Washington would be one of those teams.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's move on. Last topic before we hit some of these super chats.
Working on building a dream space, but don't know where to start? At the Home Depot, we can help you bring your dream project to life. Whether you're building a backyard oasis, a podcast studio, or a wellness space, we've got everything you need in store and online. With project guides and free delivery options, it's easy to go from dreaming to doing. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Hi, everyone. I'm Cece Winans. Join me in supporting St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. You can become a partner in Hope right now for just $19 a month. And thanks to the generosity of people like you, families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, so they can focus on helping their child live.
Join us at musicgives.org.
As the NBA draft is still underway, let us check in on the NFL. We are nearing the end of OTAs, and training camp will begin in about a month. Several teams will be under the microscope heading into the upcoming season. So let us start that discussion now with 3 teams from the NFC and AFC. Between the Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles, and Minnesota Vikings, which team would you place in each of the following categories? Likely to improve, likely to regress, and will remain the same. Please explain your reasoning for placing each team in its respective category.
And what were the 3 teams? The Vikings, the Eagles, and the Cowboys?
Yep, Eagles, Vikings, and Cowboys.
Vikings will get better because they have a competent quarterback with a genius head coach. So I'm not saying that they're going to be as good as they were with Sam Darnold, but they're not going to be as bad as they were last year. I think they'll be better. I think the Eagles take a step back. I think AJ is a real loss for them. Even though, what's his name? Shelton, what
Makai Lemon?
No.
Oh, Devontae.
Bro, that little got swole, boy. He's like, hey,
he cut up
to be number 1. He got, I don't know if y'all seen pictures. He done got swole. So, I don't know. He look like wide receiver 1 body now, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see it on the field. So I think that's the team that takes a step back. And then the team that stays the same is the Cowboys. Even though I think that they will take a step forward, but obviously putting me into this pigeonhole of a game that Nick likes to play. I'll say the Cowboys stay even, but I think the Cowboys are going to make a jump this season.
Why you pick them 3 teams, Nick?
3 teams that's going to be the most talked about of the season.
Oh, okay. I don't think Minnesota in that group. I get the Cowboys and the Eagles, but I don't know.
I think Minnesota's definitely in that group. People are definitely going, bro. They got storylines already. Because if Kyler Murray, so I'll answer the question. To me, I think the Eagles will regress. I think the Cowboys will improve, and I think the Vikings will stay the same. But I think I think the Vikings
won like 4 or 5 games last season.
I thought they won like 6 games.
What's the difference?
I'm just saying that because that division is tough. You got the Bears, you got the Packers, and you got the Lions. I don't think they're going to go from the worst in the division to the first. So even if they have a good offense, so I think people who are gung ho on Kyler Murray and what he can do with Minnesota, I think is more hype than anything. The substance. I think the Cowboys. Or give me Kevin. Kevin McConnell. Kevin McConnell.
O'Connell. Yeah. I like O'Connell. That's why.
We'll see because he may be on the clock if he don't have a winning season this year. I'm just saying based off results. This is results-driven business, FIFO.
He hasn't had a quarterback.
That's his fault. He picked one. He picked one top 10. He picked one top 10. It's not his fault. Showing that he picked a quarterback that ain't good.
That is definitely his fault.
You get fired for that.
He was in there and he picked him. That he wanted him.
I don't think he wanted him though. I don't think that was his call.
That wasn't his
I think that was an organizational call.
That was an O'Connell call.
How is it not his call? How is it not his call?
You sure?
Because he was a first-year head coach. That's what I'm saying. He was a first-year head coach, and I think that the organization wanted a new quarterback. They wanted to move away from Sam Darnold. That's why
he was not first. He was not first-year head coach by that time. He already had Sam Darnold. He already dealt with
second year. I mean, he's still a young head coach. You're right. He was still a young head coach. I think the organization made that call because him and McCartney had beef off rip. Like it was like as soon as he got there, they were beefing with each other. I don't think that was O'Connell's call. I don't know if him
and Mensah made that together. They said they made their selection together. Now Mensah didn't he get let go?
Somebody got let go. Either way, I'm not expecting too much from the Vikings. I do think Dallas will improve from last season because of just the talent that they have on their roster. And I just think the Eagles will regress because this is what the Eagles do. They take a few leaps forward and they regress the next couple years, and then they may take a few leaps forward again. I just think it's that time for their cycle.
I got the Eagles getting worse because their roster's worse. They don't have the same options that they did at receiver. I think their coach is dog shit. And I don't think that he's going to be able to keep this facade up for so long before they have to fire him, probably this season. So I think the Eagles digress. I got the Vikings as getting better just because they sucked so bad last year. However, as one of y'all said, this is a really tough division. And I'm not sure even if Kyler Murray is better than Jared Goff in the sense of who I want on my team in this division. So Kyler Murray very well may be as talented as he is the fourth best quarterback in this division.
And we said that last year. We were saying the same shit last year about the quarterback like in that division.
For him in the NFC West?
No, I'm saying for the Vikings. I'm saying for the Vikings in general. Like JJ McCartney was going to be the worst quarterback in that division last year, and we still say the same thing.
True, but Kyler is definitely an upgrade. Kyler is definitely an upgrade from McCarthy, though. I don't want to get that twisted at all. I just don't know if the Vikings are going to be able to beat the Bears, the Packers, and
the Lions.
The Lions on a weekly basis, like every other week, whatever it may be. Only thing is maybe the Packers get worse, and I don't see that happening. So, yeah, I would say the Vikings are going to get better, but they still ain't going to be as good as they want to be. And I think the Cowboys stay the same. They haven't really made, in my opinion, any huge roster changes to make.
Nigga, you was talking about the safety. Talking about we got the best player in the draft.
He's a rookie, though. He's a rookie. Like, I can't expect him to come in and make that much of an impact the first year. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's still going to be able to get adjusted. I don't really like the defensive coordinator yet. I don't know what kind of scheme they're going to be running with him there. I like that he's on the team. They did get better from a talent standpoint on defense, but I don't know what the scheme is yet. And I don't know if they're going to be able to make him work in the scheme.
I think with Caleb Downs, it don't matter the scheme. Just put him on the field. Like, I think there's just certain players.
He's going to be true. And you're absolutely right. He's similar to Parsons in the sense of I'm just going to wreak havoc. In the sense of, but not from a rushing passer standpoint, from just making a play standpoint. I agree with you 1,000,000% there. I don't know what the defensive coordinator is going to do to take advantage of that, is what I'm saying. He's going to be out there doing his thing. I don't know if they're going to be able to put schemes together to make him even more effective, is what I'm saying.
And here's the thing. I think where Dallas helped themselves out is the defensive line. And that we already know that helps out the secondary by far. Then you got a guy that's like Caleb that can play in the box or play in coverage, can do whatever. So now you have, and I'm not going to say that they have like a greater pass rush, but they have better bodies up front.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And they're deeper up front. So just that alone, in my opinion, in their division, they're going to be better. How much better? Maybe 1 or 2 games. Maybe I'm not saying that they're going to be world beaters, but they are definitely a more talented team than they were last year.
Agree.
So, what about you?
I don't really like answering this question because I think it's Pointless. I think the Eagles are going to be better. I think that, and I'm not saying that because I'm a fan. I'll tell you. I'll explain that to you.
Are you not?
I'll explain it to you. I'll explain
You're
it.
the only person that had to say that.
Absolutely. I'll tell you why though. But and I think that the Cowboys are going to be worse, and I think that the Vikings will stay the same. And I'm not saying it because I'm a fan. I'm saying it for a couple of reasons. I'll tell you why I say what I say. The Eagles are better, if for nothing else, addition by subtraction. You got rid of Kevin Patullo. I ain't even talking about AJ. I'm talking about Kevin Patullo, the offensive coordinator. If y'all didn't think that was a problem, then you ain't watched football. Kevin Patullo was calling the craziest games you ever seen in your life. And you had 3 of the 5 offensive linemen, starting offensive linemen with injuries. You had 2 of them that had to go get stem cell replacement. So you shored up your offensive line, which means if nothing else, Saquon can get back to kind of being Saquon a little bit more so than he has before. Tank is looking incredible. And that defense got stronger. That you name a weakness on that defense. I'll wait. It got stronger. You brought in Grenard to replace Phillips, and Grenard is better, cheaper. You got those linebackers still there doing what they do. You got Jalen Carter on the front line. You got Jordan Davis, who played out of his mind this past year. You got Milton Williams. Not Milton Williams. Moro Jomo, who's going to get a new contract somewhere else next year, playing incredible. So you got players. Jalen Hunt led the team in interceptions and sacks, coming back and getting stronger. So you got a team that's loaded on defense. Vic Fangio doing his thing. So and the biggest key, and the reason why I say Dallas is going to drop and the Eagles will raise, is the Eagles have the easiest schedule they've had in 5 years. That's the biggest part to this. And Dallas is I think in the top 10 of more difficult schedules. So you put pressure on Dak and it's over with. We know what he do under pressure. 10 years of seeing the same thing. I love Dak, but this game ain't for him. But Minnesota is in a tough. Oh yeah, I forgot about Reek too. I'm sorry, Tweets open door. Reek Woolen, you got a stronger corner than you had on the other side. Last year, you playing with one corner on the outside. This year, you got Reek Woolen, who has looked incredible in camp. So I think that they're a lot stronger on defense, more so than anything else. And with the Cowboys, you got a tougher schedule. I think it's time for George Pickens to kind of be George Pickens. And as far as
what scares me about it,
you
got to mention FIFA.
Yes,
that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, he behaved for a year, Lou.
He can't misbehave though. He can't miss because he got a contract. It's another contract year.
Nick, this is you dealing with a receiver.
He showed up early.
He showed up out of there. He didn't got his ass out of there.
They should have sold high.
Chance to do it. It's over.
He didn't act a fool about the franchise tag. Whoa. He showed up. He's been doing his part. You can't say he's been acting crazy. So that's what I'm saying.
Dude is different, and I really want this to be saved under the good take, bad take thing. But in the middle of the season, when it's gonna come up again. I promise you. Yeah. And one of us gonna be right, and one of us gonna be wrong. And I like my chances here because dude is different.
And as far as Minnesota goes, you still got to contend with Detroit, who I do think will still take a step back. But I just think it's going to be tough in that division for Minnesota to come out swinging. I don't think that they're completely sold on Kyler. Kyler is not getting the reps he deserves because he's having a split time with JJ, which is ridiculous.
That says more about Kyler. Shit.
What happened? They
splitting reps. They still ain't named him the starter as of yet. So he's saying he's not getting enough action. He's frustrated with the situation already. So I just don't
pre-cap. When did this happen?
Yeah, what you mean?
What you just
saying that? He said that in the interview recently. I'm not getting enough reps. Basically, he's having to split reps. Which of course they're saying it's an open competition right now. So you're gonna have that early on, regardless. But he wants to get more work in, and he's not able to get that. He said it verbally. He's said his frustration. So is JJ. They're both being very vocal about the fact that they don't like this competition, which
I'd be so offended if I were Kyler Murray.
I would too.
JJ with
trash. JJ been talking trash.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I just don't believe in that team. But that's why I felt like what I feel. I do think Dallas did get better, but you got to answer the question one way. I think that Dallas will be okay, but that schedule scares me for Dallas. I don't believe in them playing a tougher schedule.
All right, and AFC, we have 3 teams. So Kansas City, Baltimore, and Jacksonville Jaguars.
Working on building a dream space, but don't know where to start? At the Home Depot, we can help you bring your dream project to life. Whether you're building a backyard oasis, a podcast studio, or a wellness space, we've got everything you need in store and online. With project guides and free delivery options, it's easy to go from dreaming to doing. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Hi, everyone. I'm Cece Winans. Join me in supporting St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. You can become a partner in Hope right now for just $19 a month. And thanks to the generosity of people like you, families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, so they can focus on helping their child live.
Join us at musicgives.org.
Did you ask again?
He did it.
I don't care. So this is pre-NFL talk. Y'all got it. But
Kansas
no, it's
City
the Cincinnati Bengals, not Jaguars.
Oh.
I was gonna say, who the fuck wrote the Jaguars in them?
Kansas City, Baltimore, and the Jaguars.
The Bengals.
Oh, the Bengals. The Bengals. I'm sorry. Dang.
I'll go. Kansas City gets worse.
Yeah.
The Bengals obviously have to get better because the quarterback was gone all season. So I don't even know if I don't say that, but I don't even know if better means like significantly better for the Bengals, but just better than a season without your starting quarterback. So I think it's easy to pencil them in there. And I think the Ravens stay the same. Like the Ravens are going to be a perennial playoff team for as long as Lamar Jackson is there. What the only question for them, in my opinion, going into any season is can they get over the hump? And that don't matter if they go 9-8 and make the playoffs as a wild card and make a run, or if they go 12-5 and are the number one seed to have a bye. And the same question remains for that football team, and is are they going to be able to get over the hump in the playoffs and Lamar Jackson have a good game? That's the only question for that football team.
Lou, you're wrong because they're not a perennial playoff team. They didn't make the playoffs this past year.
None of those teams did. None of those teams
right.
Did.
So it's saying
under
this
Lamar's tutelage, this is the only year that they didn't.
So it's saying that I think that the Ravens get better. I think they will make the playoffs this year, so they get better. I don't mind saying Kansas City is going to get worse. I think they're going to struggle because I think it's going to take Patrick Mahomes a second to get to his footing under him, even though they are in the easier division. And I think
October.
He may be back sooner. I think Patrick Mahomes already practiced.
They're trying to shoot for like maybe week 3. I don't know about week 2, but I think it'll be like week 3.
Yeah. So, but I do think they will take a slight step back, if nothing else. And I think the Bengals stay the same. I think the Bengals are right middle of the road. Look, man, we look great some weeks, but we look horrible against the Browns. So it's just that's just who Cincinnati is right now until Joe Burrow is gone. I don't see them doing anything but be spectacular sometimes and regular others.
Yeah, I feel that sentiment, and I think I got the Bengals being worse, and I know that Joe Burrow wasn't there, and I'm not saying that their record is going to be worse than it was last year, but I just don't think that. I think the experiment is failed. I think they failed Joe Burrow with getting him an adequate offensive line. I think they failed Joe Burrow with getting the requisite pieces on defense to make sure that if we have a lead, we can win the game. I think all of that gets even further exposed this year because Joe Burrow is going to be there. And I think that Joe Burrow is a lot like Andrew Luck right now, where it's like, yeah, I'm great. Yeah, but is my love still here because this shit ain't working? And I think that's the reason why I think they get worse, because I just don't think it's going to work on the field. I think Baltimore stays the same. I don't think that the issue was hardball. I think he was an issue, but I don't think he was the main issue. We'll see. But for me, I think they stay about the same. Are they a playoff team? Of course. If you have Lamar, if you have a top 5 quarterback, you should always be a playoff team. And then I think the team that gets better is Kansas City for the same opposite reasons that I'm saying Cincinnati being worse, right? Like they are going to have a better record than they had last year. They're not going to have a top 10 pick. You know, and I know that they traded up to get the cornerback, but they're not going to – I don't see them drafting there. Even if Pat misses a couple of weeks, you know what I'm saying, especially early in the season, I think Pat Mahomes is one of those guys where we've seen the old man game of Pat. Like, he's not running around and making all of the crazy plays. He's willing to check down and stuff like that. And I think they'll be fine. And they are in a weaker division. So just the opposite with the Bengals. Not saying that I don't think the Bengals don't have talent. I just don't see them like I don't see the manifest destiny with this team. Like I think, damn Nick, this is gonna sound fucked up, but I think they're gonna trade Joe Burrow, and I think Joe Burrow is gonna go to a situation with a head coach and an organization where they're gonna win like as soon as they get him. But he couldn't win with Cincinnati, and it's not his fault. It's just the way the organization is run. So that's the reason why I have them being worse.
Okay, that sounded a little bit better, because the question I was going to ask the two of you is, it sounded like you guys said that the Bengals will be better without Burrow.
No, I'm not saying that the Bengals will be better without Burrow. What I'm saying is Burrow's greatness can't overcome Cincinnati's ineptitude.
So he's like Stafford in Detroit.
To a degree, yes. But greater than Stafford, because Stafford barely made the playoffs. You know,
yeah, Burrow went to the Super Bowl. He just lost to the Rams. Okay. Exactly. And what are you saying, Shelton?
About Cincinnati?
Yeah, they're better without Burrow?
No, I'm just saying that their team is just a middle of the road team. I think that they're spectacular at times and yet they're bad at times, whether Burrow's playing or not. I think that they're the same regardless.
Okay. All right.
I'm going with lose. I think Kansas City gets worse just because they're not going to have Pat for at least the first possible 2 to 4 weeks. And that division is tough. Denver's there. Obviously, the Chargers are there. I'm not going to say anything about the Raiders, but they seem like they're at least moving in a better direction. I think Baltimore will stay the same. They just have so much change going on that I don't really know. By stay the same, I don't know if that means miss the playoffs, but I don't really see them being a world beater like they were in the past. And they still haven't proven that they can get over the hump, even with all the stuff that they had beforehand, especially now that's older, a team that's older. I think the Bengals get better because I believe the defense, I think all the stuff that people have talked about with the defense that was addressed this offseason, Joe Burrow has come in with a better mindset, a better feeling of this team. He said he compared it to the LSU 2019 team as far as like, I think we got something here. We should make some noise. He's even say, put all the pressure on me. Like, this is like, if y'all want to say, you know, put us in the, like, I want everybody to talk about the Bengals. So I think that he is saying that for a reason. He don't just say shit to say shit. But I do feel like this is a maker. I know I say, for me personally, I always say this every year, but this is a make or break year for him as far as like, he has to stay healthy and he has to get them to the playoffs. They cannot miss the playoffs 4 years straight, because then that says a lot about him on top of the organization. But I think they made all the moves. They pushed all the chips in right now to produce, and they have always been they've always been a game or two away from making the playoffs. I think this time they actually legit are playoff contenders and secure a top 4 seed.
Nick, how much leeway does I can't remember his name. You know, I'm bad with names.
Zach Taylor.
Cincinnati. Yes, Zach Taylor. How much leeway does he have if they start off 0-3? Is he
if they start off 0-2, I think he's fired. I think he's fired. They start off. I know they play Houston week 2. I forgot who they played week 1, but yeah, they need to go 2-0 to start off the season. They started off 2-0, I think, just this past season before Burrow got hurt and stuff like that. But yeah, they need to start off hot, because that was been the biggest issue that they had, even when they were making a playoff run, deep playoff runs, was that they always started off slow. But yeah, they got to start off hot this season. And again, I'm asking just for a top 20 defense at number 20. Like, I'm not even asking for top 10 or anything like that. Just make sure that you can keep the games under 25 points. And I think Burrow can get you 30. So especially with this squad, especially how mature it's been, and everybody's on the same page. They don't care about individual accolades. They want team success. So yeah.
2019 LSU, ain't that what they saying? Okay, we'll see.
That's what he said, Ken. We gonna make sure the receipt is already there, so you ain't got to bring it up.
I was like, dang, bro, that's shit. Can get through training camp first, but okay. Anybody, all them dudes can get hurt. But all right, moving on. That's it, man. Let's get into the members chats and super chats. Ray Sean Davis, who's winning the AFC North? I have Ravens.
Yeah, you already know my stance.
Yeah, I got the Ravens too this year because there's no Mike Tomlin.
They got the best situation. They got the best situation in the whole division.
I don't think so. They got a new coach, new offensive coordinator.
They still got Lamar
Jackson.
And no legit. They've been had Lamar Shelton. They have. What that do last year?
Nick, y'all quarterback coming off an injury, Nick. So we don't know. We got to judge it on a bias on a scale. And then the Steelers got Aaron Rodgers coming back, which was the dumbest move of the offseason. And then the other team in the division was the Browns.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Yeah.
I'm about to say you got Shador.
The Browns are the biggest boomer bust team in the division, and I don't think anybody has really expected them to boom. But if they do, it's like I wouldn't be surprised because I think Shador.
They could be a wild card team.
They could be a wild card team. That defense, look, obviously Jared Verse is not Myles Garrett, but shit, he ain't chopped liver either. That defense is still really good. So if they have any semblance of a decent offense, this could be a fringe playoff team. So yeah, I'm not completely writing off the Browns, but the Steelers, they're done. The season's over before it started. And then with the Bengals, I'm with Spike. Like I gotta see. And the thing is, I don't have trust. I trust Joe. I trust Jamar. I trust T. The rest of you niggas, I don't trust none of y'all, including the owner. So that's the reason why I can't put no money over there. And that's what I'm saying.
I don't trust nobody but Jamar. Joe ain't proved he can play a full season yet.
He played a full season, Sheldon. What you mean?
And went to the Super Bowl.
It's been so long, I can't remember, Nick.
It was just 2 years ago.
Let's not do that. Let's not do Joe cool like that, though.
Man.
All right. They're not doing well. We are doing a live. This probably was before the before we went live, but yeah, we were talking about it. Green Beans, non-sports Twitter debate. If Bishop ran into Old Dog, what happens? Become friends. Someone gets smoked. East Coast said Bishop wins. Everyone else said Old Dog.
Old Dog shooting the shit out of Bishop. Coming out here all that playing and all that crazy, acting like you crazy shit, man. Old Dog would have popped his ass. Hands down.
Bishop was sneaky though.
Man, he would have got shot fucking with Old Dog. I promise you that.
Where it depends on where they meeting at. Is it on the? Is it on the?
No matter where they at.
Is it in LA or is it in New York? Because that's different. If it's in LA, yes. Yeah, Bishop is getting he get killed.
In New York, Old Dog probably ain't gonna have no gun.
Exactly. In New York,
yeah.
But he might still poke him up though.
Pause.
Yeah.
Come on, Lou. We was doing good up until here.
That's rough, Lou.
He might still stab him up though. So yeah, like I got Old Dog in any of the situations, but
yeah, and this hypothetical, like he's saying, literally, if Bishop ran into Old Dog, right? So like whether it's East Coast or West Coast, I think Old Dog was more aggressive, right? Like Bishop, he was more mind game, crazy, and
yeah, Old Dog would have picked up on that bullshit, the little shit, the little game he was trying to run. He would have shot him before that shit got started, bro.
That's true. Old Dog was always strapped too, so he was ready to go.
Man, come on.
I don't think Bishop hid here. So
all that popping up behind the lockers and shit, like nigga, popping up in the elevator, man, nigga, I'm gonna shoot you.
I am crazy.
Stop playing with me, bro. Oh shit. You should have added your boyfriend paid in full, Rico, to that. That would have been a conversation. If you got Rico versus Old Dog, now you got a conversation.
Yeah,
that's
true.
The conversation. because
I don't know who win. That's the truth. I don't know
Rico. I'm picking Rico.
I don't know
because he would like kind of like you wouldn't see it coming with Rico. Because we ain't see it go with Rico. It paid in full until it happened. Like I think with Old Dog and Bishop are very objectively who they are.
No, you ain't see it coming with Old Dog. You nigga shot the shit out of that Chinese lady. What you say about my mama? Like,
nigga, he came in there robbing the place.
He didn't go in there to rob him. No, they just went in there to get beer.
Yeah,
he didn't shoot that lady until she was
talking. You're right.
Yeah.
They both are equal in that way. In terms of Rico, it's like you say
Rico and Old Dog.
Way.
That's the thing right there. That's the matchup right there.
Okay. All right. Blank 964. Miami took bronze cookies, but they're gonna allow Giannis brothers to tag along.
That's because they ain't got no choice, Blank. they ain't got nobody to fill the roster spots.
They desperate.
Bro, bring it.
And it's not even desperate, and it's not even about filling the roster spots. Let's not forget, the Miami Heat once upon a time had Goran Dragic, and his little brother was on that squad too. So it is what it is. The Antetokounmpos, both of they ass, gonna be in Miami.
Hurry up and buy past versus present, Ant or 2000s Vince Carter.
Ant. It ain't even close.
I'm not gonna say it ain't close.
Yeah.
I was actually leaning towards Vince. I was actually leaning towards Vince Carter.
I remember Vince Carter missing a playoff game to go graduate. I remember that. Ant ain't doing it. Yeah. Ant ain't doing it. Give me Ant all day. I remember him skipping a playoff game.
Spike.
Yeah, come on, man.
Leave, my nigga. It's a playoff game against
Vince.
I'm taking Ant. Vince should have been greater than what he was, and I'm not saying he's a bum by no means necessary, but I don't think he ever realized how much talent he truly had. As talented as he should have been, you don't win at least a championship. You don't make it to the championship round. No, I'm good. Give me Ant all day. Now we talking dunkers. We talking the basketball player. Give me Ant.
Okay, yeah. I better convince me on that. But it can. I was with you though. I was like, it seemed like niggas was just saying shit, but then I'm like, I forgot about that. I forgot about that playoff game.
Y'all remember that?
That is, no one brings that up because that is a huge indictment.
Huge.
Because they got mad at Ant for handshaking in a loss.
Yeah.
Imagine
So not showing up.
For real deal in his professional career was like, you know what? I ain't going to the playoff game, bro. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. No.
All right.
Working on building a dream space, but don't know where to start? At the Home Depot, we can help you bring your dream project to life. Whether you're building a backyard oasis, a podcast studio, or a wellness space, we've got everything you need in store and online. With project guides and free delivery options, it's easy to go from dreaming to doing. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
What's good, y'all? This is Doug E. Fresh, and we're asking for your support. Help us raise money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food so they can focus on helping their child live. By pledging just $19 a month, you're helping St. Jude give every child with cancer a chance. Help St. Jude save lives. Become a partner in hope today.
Join us at musicgives.org.
Hurry up and buy. Which player has overstayed their tenure on a team? LeBron and Kawhi in LA, Ja in Memphis, or Zion in New Orleans?
Dang, bro, that's a tough one. But I would say,
it ain't no wrong answer right here.
Yeah, there is no wrong answer. I would say LeBron and Kawhi.
It's Ja.
Kawhi, go with Kawhi in LA, bro.
Yeah, I'm going with Ja in Memphis.
Okay, hold on. Let's go around the horn and give you a reason why. Nick, who you got?
I got Ja, just because it's they clearly want to rebuild. They clearly want to move on. He didn't recover from the gun situation. He could have been, again, we always talked about he could have been one of the faces of the league before that. and it just seems. And then Memphis has been irrelevant. They just pick top 3. You know what I'm saying? Even with him on the team, so I just think it's just time to move on. Zion is. No one cares about the Pelicans, so I don't. He can stay as long as he wants. And to me, LeBron and Kawhi, I mean, they still. To me, LeBron is always box office, so like shit. I don't think he overstays any welcome. It just depends on if he want to leave. And Kawhi, I mean, shit. The Clippers had their best season with him so far this past year. So,
Okay, who you got? Why?
Kawhi, yeah. Talk about failed experiments. He was there to do one thing, and he hadn't even gotten close.
He got to the Western Conference Finals, kid. First time in franchise,
though.
First time in franchise history. You gotta respect history.
Congratulations, you get a cookie. LeBron got a ring. Kawhi didn't get it done. They were talking about Kawhi was going to get it done, and they're no, get Kawhi up out of there. It's over. It's over.
Yeah, it could be either LeBron or Kawhi. I think that Zion and Ja both have an opportunity. They're still young enough to where they can turn their situations around. I do think it's time for them both to go, but at least they can turn it around. I think it's done for LeBron. LeBron is not going to make LA any better. They're not going to get any better with him there. And the same with the Clippers. The Clippers will not go any further or overtake the Lakers in LA with him there. So both of those players need to go find greener pastures.
Spike. Hold on, Spike. For you,
I'm going Ja in Memphis because of the high was so high that you would have never thought that they'd be third pick in the draft when Ja was at his prime in Memphis. You thought that was going to be sustainable, and it just fell off a cliff. I agree with Dick. Zion doesn't mean shit in New Orleans. Like literally, no one cares. And then with LeBron and Kawhi, I feel like this is what both LA teams signed up for. They knew the highs of what it could be. LeBron won a title in the bubble. Kawhi made him to the conference finals. They knew the highs could be that high, but they also had to expect, being the age that they came into them contracts, that the lows where we are now will be the lows. So I think they kind of got what they signed up for. Memphis the only one that kind of got jangled around in this situation.
I agree with Shelton. The two youngsters on this list, they have time to turn it around. LeBron, I don't think he's overstayed because he's still producing at a quality rate. Like you look at some of your favorite players in their prime, LeBron's still putting up their numbers in year 22. So to me, I don't think a player like that has overstayed their welcome. To me, the obvious choice is Kawhi. Kawhi has not delivered anything that you thought Kawhi was going to deliver in LA. So to me, it's Kawhi.
All right, one more after this. Hurry up about who has the worst contract today. Jeremy Grant making 160, Paul George making 110, Christian Braun making 125, or Darren Fox making 229.
Damn, it ain't even close.
Yeah.
Don't say it.
Ain't even close.
Right. Don't say it. Don't do that.
Even though he went for it's the only answer. He went further than the other ones. That 229 is glaring. It's staring at me that he's in the 200s whatsoever. And the effort he put forth in that championship series, man, that's ridiculous. He wasn't even the fourth best player on that team, and he's making that kind of money. So that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Shelton, I don't disagree with why he stood out because of what you just saw.
Mm-hmm.
But let me ask you a question. Do you remember Christian Braun?
That's what I was about to say. I was just about to say
yeah.
Do you? Because I don't know. I remember he fell off. He wasn't taking any shots. He wasn't doing shit.
He was shook, Ken. I did forget about him being shook like that. He was shook.
Yeah, to me, it's to me, Fox helped them get to that deep playoff run, so I'm not going to shit on him. And the Spurs can technically afford to pay him for the next couple seasons. But Christian Braun, he was irrelevant. And that Denver series was like, bro, and his money just now about to kick in. So too, like that's the funny thing. Like with all these people, like these players, their money is just now about to kick in.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, There's two reasons why it's De'Aaron Fox. Number one, just look at the money. Like, just look at the $230 million. Like, we're talking about more than $250 million, right? For a guy that maybe they wouldn't have won the series, but I forgot what pundit said what I just said, and y'all try to laugh me off of last week too, when I said if Chris Paul was on this roster, more than likely they would have won this championship. And it's not because Chris Paul is a better player than De'Aaron Fox. It's because it was the boneheaded mistakes as a point guard that you cannot make in pressure situations that he made, and that's not worth $250 million. That's the issue, and that's why he's the worst contract. Now, when we're talking about PG and Christian Braun making what they make, when you look at it in the scale of what other NBA players are making, in terms of even like quote-unquote championship role players, Christian Braun lost that title. But you look at what he's comparatively making, that's not crazy money. We're looking at the full amount, but if you look at it per year, it's not crazy money in the NBA, right? So comparatively speaking, Christian Braun's contract is not crazy. PG is still the only player out of his draft class that still plays in the NBA. So at the end of the day, that's super crazy. So at the end of the day, him making that money, it's a tip of the cap, my nigga. Like Jalen Rose keeps saying, keep making them checks. Jeremy Grant, again, at the time when he signed that original contract, I had an eyebrow raise, but now as the contracts have gone up, you look at what he makes per year, it's not that crazy in the pantheon of the NBA. The glaring one, the only right answer is De'Aaron Fox.
I'm doing that man dirty, bro.
Yeah.
$250 million, Ken.
I got it. But they don't get there. They don't get to the finals without him.
Well,
They're not this good without
get to the finals without him now.
We'll see.
Let's see.
Josh Rose, Wagler is the steal of the draft. Clippers low-key got something cooking. Great guard depth. Kawhi knees are in good shape. Could be a sleeper team. And he followed up with hold it, because he followed this up. He said, hold on, I can't let this Kawhi slander fester. The only reason he hasn't won a chip with the Clippers was health. He balls out in the playoffs, but he's also been hurt in the playoffs. I think he missed some key games in the playoffs too. So yeah. Sorry. But,
and if I'm not mistaken, Nick, we was all watching live when Kawhi was over there with the Clippers with Paul George, and both of these guys were both top 10 defenders, and Luka gave both of them dudes work. Get the hell up out of here giving any Kawhi slack, because that boy has not done what he was supposed to do in LA. I'm sorry.
Right. And to say the only reason he had won a chip is because of the health, because the health is huge. And we don't know if he's going to be healthy. We never know with Kawhi. Yeah, we know he was good this season, but we don't know beyond that. When he plays, he's good.
He still wasn't healthy this season.
Right. Him being healthy is what we need to be seeing if that's gonna happen. So.
And appreciate it, Josh Rose. That's it. That has been the show. And yeah, we'll leave it there. I know we are approaching our summer break. So we'll keep everybody updated on the schedule once we figure that out among ourselves. But yeah, man, that's going to be the show for tonight. And I'm gonna get to watching this game. Columbia
and Congo.
Yeah.
I've been watching.
I thought y'all were gonna say
I saw
draft.
him try to jump up and do a header and fell down on his damn shoulder.
Saw it. And he would have, if he had got that header, he would have made it in too.
Yeah, these boys, they rough out here, but we'll catch you guys next time.
What's the score? Peace.
0-0.
0-0. It's intense, Shelton. It's intense. Because we're waiting for somebody to break the tie.
Appreciate the game of soccer. It ain't about the score. It ain't about the score.
I'm not watching no WNBA. Y'all get out of here.
Right.